Facebook, too. Hit it out of the park with a gift from Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery from their large selection of Citizen Echo Drive watches. Always popular and never needs a battery. Having a wedding anniversary soon? Choose an anniversary band in yellow or white gold. Or browse the gift gallery. They have something great for everyone, and gift wrapping is free. Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery, 228 South Washington Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 3. Check them out on Facebook or call 704-487-4521. It's back. You've been asking for them, and now they're back. At Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail, back by popular demand, is Calabash Chicken. That's right, Calabash Chicken. Come get your big plate today with your favorite size, and you can get them grilled or fried. And don't forget Mitchum's Kitchen for your party or event caterings. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 27 West at 182 intersection Vail. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook, too.
There's nothing like cash in your pocket, especially if you can turn your scrap into cash with the help of Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling in Gastonia. For over 25 years, this locally family-owned and operated business has been giving some of the best prices for scrap. They take tungsten scrap carbide, as well as stainless steel, aluminum, copper, and brass. Need help? Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling will supply you with a roll-off container to help make your recycling easy. Turn your scrap into cash with the help of Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling. 305 Dogwood Street in Gastonia. Call 704-827-9468. Online at GastonUsedAutoPartsAndRecycling.com.
And good morning. Welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin Hastings, Zach Mayhew, Terry Reinhardt, and Tom Sidafani.
Yeah, and reminding our listeners that Shelby Heating and Air bringing you Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. They've got maintenance agreements. They can install a new system for you. They can repair your existing system. If it has anything to do with the heat and air in your home, Shelby Heating and Air can take care of that. So give them a call, 704-487-7877. Once again, online at shelbyheating.com, Kevin.
Tom didn't give me enough time to pull it up online, JP.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's all right. Our sponsor loves it. He was ready to eat that biscuit.
I'm already being marked out. I'm eating my Mitchum's Kitchen. Thank you, Terry. Now, we've all had to shower Terry with gifts lately. I've given him a bunch of NC State stuff. Kevin's given him some baseball cards. We have to keep Terry happy because if he doesn't, he'll quit. And then we won't get breakfast anymore.
I know. That's the only reason I'm here.
Please stop by Mitchum's Kitchen, too. I know, Terry, you've got the phone number for Mitchum's Kitchen.
Well, Terry, once you start talking, they'll realize that is why you're on. That's the reason why you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just playing for Terry. Terry, I got you some gifts over there. What you got? A Dale Earnhardt playing card. You ever seen those? I guess you might even have that deck. And that was kind of random in there. And then a Rodney Monroe card. You don't come across them too often.
Fire and Ice.
And then a Brian Harvey card. Found one of those in the.
I think didn't his sons go to Bandy's too?
They all did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they went. I know that. Seems like he was a pitching coach at CVCC, was he not? He was helping out locally somewhere.
Not 100% sure.
Yeah, I got a bunch of other cars sitting over here for $10 a piece if I want them.
No, that's probably not.
Oh, is that not
Be
correct?
closer to $1 probably because they're not worth anything. And that's what Zach and I have been kind of discussing Terry about it, looking at so my uncle James had recently passed away, and so I'm in charge of going through his card collection, and it's an extensive card collection, let's put it that way. And Zach, what's weird with me and Zach Zach's been helping a little bit, and weird kind of looking through it is, it's almost like the 80s and 90s didn't happen. Like anything from there, worthless. Even Jordan stuff almost, unless it's just a few things, and unless it's graded out to almost out to a 10 or something. Terry, it's just weird seeing. Put it for example, the other day, Tom, you'll like this. I found a Bob Uecker card.
What, he played?
Yes. Well, he didn't play much or well.
He played.
He was part of the team.
He was on a team.
That's it. He was part of the team.
He's still a Major League Baseball.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Perhaps a lot of people cannot say that.
Right. Yeah. But comparatively speaking, Terry, that card is worth more than every Barry Bonds card that I have.
There you go.
And well, right.
He might have. We don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what Bob
Waiting on the test
was taken. But just, for example, like I have a stack of, 150 Mark McGwire cards in there. Might as well light them on fire.
Well, if you didn't do steroids, it might be worse. And then lie to Congress about it.
Oh my gosh, Tom.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Which lie did he tell? If we're going to go accuse someone of lying to Congress.
When he was asked, did you do steroids, he said, I'm not here to talk about the past.
Right. That's not lying to Congress. That's not answering the question. Law speak, Tom. Law speak. First of all, so you not lie to Congress.
Do we have to bring, what's your buddy's name in here?
Travis.
Do we have to bring Travis in here?
He'd agree with me on that one. I'm pretty sure that is not an omission.
He'd probably break
I
that
am
down.
not here.
I think it's technically a live omission.
It's way better than what Sammy Sosa said.
Or
He
Sammy
said,
Sosa
I don't
couldn't
speak English. I am he said, I'm very, very happy to be here.
Or
and
Rafael, remember Rafael Palmeiro? I did not take steroids. Period.
So
I mean, Sammy Sosa could have brought him a translator, even if he couldn't speak English.
Well, the fact of the matter is, Tom, is Jim Thome in the Hall of Fame?
He is not.
The fact of the matter is, Jeff Bagwell is.
Yeah, we know.
So I'm sitting there looking at Jeff Bagwell cards in the Hall of Fame, but Barry Bonds and McGwire aren't.
Baseball.
Jose Canseco hit 460 home runs. The first 40-40 guy. Never be in the Hall of Fame.
Baseball's like the school system. It's very political.
It was funny going through the cards because it kind of, for me it did. It took you back to being in high school or middle school, high school when you're collecting them.
Yes.
And seeing the ones that you were looking for. The Canseco rookies, the McGwire rookies.
He's got all the ones
Palmeiro,
that we were looking for.
Palmeiro. Juan Gonzalez was a big, one of the bigger guys.
Yes, I got a big sack. So
but then you go look them up and they're worthless.
Right.
And then back in the day, I mean, they were, worth a lot of, pretty good bit of money for a middle high schooler.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'll
and
tell
then
you,
inflation.
Back then, though, we always went and we went out to eat at Lineberger's Fish Camp on the other side of Gastonia. And we'd go in there, and I'd always go in there, and I'd get 5 packs of the cards that had the little bubble gum in them, and I that's something I just loved. I mean, when we'd go out to eat, I'd be like, yeah, I want 5. Because Dad would always say, you get 5 things out of the candy aisle they got out there. And that's what I'd get. I'd go, I want 5 packs of those.
Well, we was looking through them, and he had some that had to be open, too. So that was a fun, it's just fun how you get to do stuff that you used to when you was a kid.
Mason, he's not a sports fan, but he got to let him open some X-Men cards yesterday, and he pulled a $15 3D monster X-Men card from '95 that was like, there was only like 2 that were worth something. It was had 1 pack, and it was in that 1 pack.
It was
that year.
Funny opening those packs that I got.
He was excited about that.
You're going through them like, He sucks. He sucks. He sucks like you did when you was a kid.
So
he was looking for that one big card.
So let's do some price inflation on cards, and so the other day of course there was a question of Major League Baseball, MLB, and ESPN asked this question, and it was name if you had one choice, or you're the coach, who would be your outfielders on your all-time team? You only got 3 spots. So who's the spots? And Terry and Tom and Zach, you wouldn't believe it, because it's on a Twitter poll.
Oh, my Lord, Mike Trout.
He was on like 25% of the ballots.
Barry Bonds had to be in there.
Well, I mean, he was in there.
I would take
it was a lot of
Griffey
people, but I'm saying
first.
it was a ton.
Yeah.
Ton of people had the audacity to write Mike Trout down. And so there was a lot of who's going to be in your outfield, blah blah blah. You can almost do it by. I think you'd have to do it by generations. It just
too many.
How do you take Hank Aaron or
it'd
Willie Mays?
It'd be personal.
How do you say Willie
preference.
Mays or Hank Aaron? You're not in the outfield.
Yeah.
And then you got to say, not you either, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Griffey, Bonds. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Roberto Clemente.
Because it's so. Baseball's so ancient.
Right.
It's the most ancient of our sports. You would
be
have to do that.
Yeah, it'd be impossible.
I mean,
to do.
you put it. I mean, nobody would probably take him.
So, for example, there wasn't that many Griffeys other than So people don't even, like I said, they ignore the '90s completely because we have people. They say Bonds and McGuire and all them and their steroids, but everyone else was too. You cannot tell me Jeff Bagwell never took steroids.
He did.
That's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
You can look at him and tell.
He looked like John Cena before John Cena was John Cena.
Yeah. So whatever, who cares? So anyway, let's look at this. I remember Zach in 95.
Yeah.
This King Griffey Jr. card was worth what, $75 or $100?
$100.
Okay, what was the price of gas in 1995? Anybody know?
Probably
$1.25. That's what I was thinking, Tom.
$1.15 price of gas, national average
in 95.
In 1995.
That,
so let's do some math. So for a King Griffey Jr. card in 1995 at $100, Zach, divided by 1.15, we could buy 86 gallons of gas for one King Griffey Jr. card.
Why don't you just use a CPI calculator?
Or you could just hold on and quit worrying about weird stuff.
What's the CPI calculator? Today,
how much is a gallon of gas? $5?
$4.39.
That's because they dropped the federal tax.
So $4.13.
So $4.13, is that my official thing to put down? So for a $50 King
Griffey
Jr. Card today, you can now buy 12 gallons of gas. So Ken Griffey Jr. card used to be worth 80 gallons of gas, and now is worth 12 gallons of gas. There's your inflation, Tom. Used to be worth 80 gallons of gas. You could pay a Ken Griffey Jr. card. Terry walk to the gas station and trade up for 80 gallons, and today you can get 12. You can't even fill up your car on a Ken Griffey Jr. card. Insane. But between Griffey and going down and that going up, the complete opposite ends of that. But that's what me and Zach's talking about, looking at cards like this. Then the Bob Euchre's worth more than that. He couldn't sniff King Griffey Jr.'s talent.
Well, $1.15 in 1995, it would be $2.24 today using the Bureau of Labor Statistics CPI calculator.
Right, but that has nothing to do with whether or not I can buy 80
But you give us this gallons of gas
right.
to baseball cards.
Right. Does that not make more sense to you than whatever Terry just said, Terry?
Relatively
it
speaking.
did more by what you said than Tom what
right.
you said. I'm sorry. I don't mean that in a bad way.
You
Tom.
guys are just rule simpletons.
I just wanted to
know
know.
that's your problem.
Simple minded.
The point
No,
was, Tom, if I walk into the gas station
I
with a
can
King
buy
Griffey
more
card,
gas back in.
how did
It's
I
like-
get that, Terry?
How many
If
balls
I
of
walk
moonshine
into
is
a gas
that?
I know,
station in
exactly.
1995, I could trade my Griffey
What
Jr. for 80
$1.15
gallons
bought
of
you
gas.
in 1995, you would need $2.24 today. How hard is that for you simpletons to understand?
It's not the point of that, Tom.
That's not
It's the
what you're
point
listening
that when
to.
Kevin said it, everybody understood it. When you said it, people was like, "What?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
You would need $2.24 today to buy what you bought with $1.15 in 1995.
Okay, Tom.
No,
we're going
Tom.
on. Next.
Tom,
phase.
you're
Oh
there's-
my!
Tom.
That's
True,
great.
true. Let's play the true or false game, Tom. In 1995, the gas was $1.15.
Nominally.
Jesus. I could take my King Griffey Jr. card then worth $100
Nominally.
and walk in a gas station and say, I want 80 gallons of gas.
And they would say no.
Yes,
bring
they
me money because we don't have a barter society. Okay, we don't barter in the United States. You would have to
Who
go
doesn't barter? Walk to any street corner in any big city. There's plenty of bartering.
Yeah,
go
that's probably
to any
Flea
flea
market?
market. There's plenty of bartering, Tom. Tom, you don't spend too many nights on the streets, do you?
not lately.
So I'll never forget.
Deshaun Watson did plenty of bartering the past few
No, he
years.
tried to pay him. No, he tried to pay
I'll
him.
never forget the first time I took my wife to the flea market. We were
Derek Jeter used to barter. Didn't he used to give girls gift baskets that he went out with? Him and A-Rod would give them gift baskets and non-disclosure agreements. Were in
I
the
guess a gift basket for a non-disclosure agreement is technically barter. Yes. But Deshaun Watson paid $50,000 to $100,000 to 20 women. That's not barter.
he was-
That's
hopefully
he
Jose
was
Canseco
bartering.
could tell something about that maybe later.
Yeah, Jose knows all of them. Jose will tell us, Tom. I forgot. We got to look at those. I've been busy this week. Ooh, what about Jose Canseco? Little Jose reads pulls baseball cards.
Reads what?
Reads the baseball cards.
Oh, yeah.
Is,
and the price though.
So again, Tom, what I'm trying to tell America is in 1995 you could trade a King Griffey Jr. card for 80 gallons of gas, and today you could trade it for 12.
That's pretty simple, Tom.
Thank you, Terry.
why are you agreeing with him? You never agree with him. You're going to agree with him today?
Well,
Is it because you showed up late? Is that what it is?
no, Tom, I was not here late.
Have you not got your check yet?
Guy-
You didn't get your
guy's
check, so
following.
you're all worried now. So now I'm going to kiss the boss's butt.
Yeah, that's how it
okay.
goes, Tom. Where have you been your whole life? No wonder. My God, it's took you this long to get Teacher of the Year.
I'm teacher of the year because I know how to explain things.
He's so well liked. He could go to get his award with his Crocs on.
Someone in their car is like CP index 212
CPI.
C5.
It's called the CPI index.
ABCs
It's
and
called
1,
the
2,
consumer-
3s.
CPI.
And then Terry,
CPI calculators.
and then Terry,
Consumer Price
and
Index.
what I said, they're
It's a
like,
standard market basket of goods.
Teacher of the Year right here, folks. Teacher of the Year.
The only people that understood that were these professors.
Are the
yeah,
intelligent
Tom,
people.
you're right.
That actually know what the CPI is.
Who's more intelligent, the person with a sociology degree?
I'm sure
or the
somebody's
Turtle
going
Man?
to the gas station right now with a
You
baseball
remember Turtle
card.
Man on the
That
TV
Kevin
show?
Hastings said I can get 12 gallons of gas for this George Brett. You know what they're going to say? Get out of here.
Tom, you'll be amazed.
Get
You'll be
the F
amazed.
It all
out of here.
depends.
That's
Tom,
what
you'll
I'm
be
telling
amazed
you.
what you trade at a gas station. He don't know nothing. I don't think he gets out to.
First time I took my wife to the flea market, I'll never forget it. We're walking around.
Aren't you a charming
Man,
man?
I'm telling
Come on,
you.
baby, let's go to the flea
like-
market.
It's like, I can take you down here and you get some nice food today. We went there.
You can get all kinds of Mexican food at the Gastonia one. Yep.
I was chewing down everybody on their prices. And she's like, "Please don't do that at the next." I said, "That's what you do here. You never been to the flea market?" She's like, "No."
You embarrassed her.
Oh, well, she was embarrassed. She's like, "I'm not
I
doing
thought
this
you were
ever
gonna
again
tell
with you."
I thought you was gonna tell me something else. It was because Mandy tends to say silly stuff.
Oh,
So
she
I
does.
was like, who knows what Zach's about to say?
Oh, yeah,
she'll get in their headland sometimes, and she'll say some fun stuff. I thought it was gonna be.
I'll tell you one on I'll tell you one on a commercial break.
Okay, that's what I was like. I'm sure she stepped on her foot. I love her to
Well,
death.
I've done it more than once when I'll sit there and I'll look at the people and I'll say, now, I know you don't want to keep this. You don't want to put this back up and take it back home. So,
You know Terry barters. You know Terry haggles. You know all that.
One of my favorite things was to go down there and look for baseball cards too. At the
Yeah.
you know.
We were holding baseball cards at times like we don't live in a barter society. It's like trading baseball cards. Tell that to the what magic whatever those magic Pokemon kid JP.
yeah.
Talking to you.
JP.
Y'all trade cards in Pokemon World, don't you?
I wouldn't know. I never played Pokemon.
Thank you, JP, for maintaining your manhood there. Because if you said you traded Pokemon cards, that was it for me. That would be the last straw. Thank you for saying.
I actually never traded trading cards at all.
But do people not trade trading cards?
Well, yeah, I
That's
guess
why
they
they're
do.
called trading cards.
Probably.
Good.
And Pokemon's one of the biggest.
Oh yeah.
Do you trade Pokemon?
No.
Well, that was quick. No.
I know somebody that
No.
does.
No.
I'm just telling you.
Terry's alter ego, Timmy.
I'm telling you. I do know somebody who does.
No,
and
they-
I've
they
seen
don't
them.
That's what
money
they
on
all
this
say.
thing,
I
for
don't
real.
Yeah.
smoke marijuana, but I know people who do. That's you, Terry. Gonna go out to his car, a bunch of joints and a Pokemon.
Tom, you'll
Cards.
never find that in mine.
Sure will. That's why he comes in late. Make sure nobody sees
It's
him.
probably hidden in his
Comes in
tires
late.
on his
What
truck.
is this coming in late?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, I did find that one, Zach, in the stack. So for the folks, there's not mine. I got to get my picture.
Yeah. That's
Picture
the
of
reason
this.
that Jordan is not the all-time scoring leader.
There's one of the ones we were
Oh, it's a Michael Jordan card. That's cool.
the baseball rookie.
There was a whole box.
Jordan
Of,
Is that
of
Birmingham
those.
Barons or Chicago White
That's
Sox?
with the White Sox. That's
Okay.
spring training.
There was
where-
a-
And that's
Uh,
worth what? $1?
but something like that.
They didn't they have a whole box of Jordans that you found?
You can't even get a gallon, Tom, with that one.
Thank you, Terry.
Let him tell you that whatever.
That'd actually be 1/4 of a gallon,
Right.
but I don't suppose you know that's a quart, do you, Terry?
Yeah,
or is
I
that
know
too
that's a
confusing? Is
quart.
that too high level of math?
No,
for you?
my wife, she
4
does
quarts.
stuff like that. She knows what quarts are.
Your,
And I
your
learned-
wife.
Yeah.
Key words. Your
My
wife.
Terry,
He just admitted his wife is smarter than him.
Terry, ungraded, $12.
Unrated.
A 10 is $3.90.
So you could almost get 3 gallons of gas for that. Why don't you try that right down the street, right down here at the gas station?
Well, first of all, I'll go to the flea market and I'll barter that card for some flimsy green paper, and then I'll take that green paper.
That's not barter.
And I'll
That's
barter,
not
and
barter,
I'll barter
Kevin.
that paper.
Kevin, if somebody gives you money,
for
that's
the
not
gasoline.
that's
Terry.
not barter.
Is that not bartering?
That's not barter.
They're
No.
trading something. I traded a piece of paper. What if it says Monopoly on it?
Barter
Tom?
is good for good. Service for service are good for service.
So if he
not
gave me
barter.
Monopoly money, would that be bartering?
That would be bartering because it's not a real
Oh,
medium
so
of
now it's got to be
exchange.
backed by. Is fiat money real or not real?
Fiat money is any currency that is
real.
backed by
So
the United
now-
States. It's backed by the United States government.
Yes. So it's only bartering as long as it's not backed by the United States government. Is that where we're at?
If it's an accepted form of
There are
currency.
people all over this world like, what is Tom?
There's all the people in this world and says, are they drinking beer at 8:00 in the morning? Except for Tom. Tom's the only one sober this morning.
There's bartering all over the place.
Barter is, guys, you guys know barter. You slept in economics class. You don't know what barter
Have you ever been to the
is.
paper doll, Tom?
Fifth.
Oh, Lordy.
All kinds of bartering over there. All right, we got a big show today. As you can tell, folks, I did have another comment on something. One more thing. Let's see. We got high school football schedules to talk about. We've got NBA free agency trades. It's crazy getting silly season that time in the NBA.
KD.
Well, we're still trying to figure out if who the Panthers or the Browns quarterback will be this year. Don't know.
You know who won't be starting?
Yeah.
Then we've got to talk a little NASCAR, some more. And then we've got American Legion Baseball playoffs start this weekend. We've got to go over that schedule. Cherryville and Cleveland County getting buys. Second round schedule to start the 8th, but if it could start a day or two sooner. Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it. We'll see. But it is scheduled for the second round scheduled for the 8th, so not until next Friday, really, for those two teams. So, but the first round does start this weekend. Happy July 4th weekend, everybody. Again, like Tom said, Shelby Heating and Air is our sponsor. I want to thank them, as always, for everything they do. JP, let's take it away, and when we come back, we'll have more fun to talk about on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Keep cool this summer with one phone call to Shelby Heating and Air, your family-owned and operated heating and air company. And right now, ask for the exclusive Shelby Heating and Air Summer Special with discounts of up to $750 on quality heating and cooling systems. Again, up to $750 in discounts now. Cool cash savings is yours from Shelby Heating and Air, 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. Online at shelbyheating.com. See the page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Mention this radio ad. Yes, mention this radio ad. Did you hear me? Mention this radio ad and take 10% off your bill at the Highway 29 Grill on Highway 29 south of Kings Mountain. Yes, just mention this radio ad and get 10% off your bill. And the food is great. Great home cooking with daily specials, and seniors get senior menu pricing all day long. The Highway 29 Grill, 1842 South Battleground Avenue, Highway 29 south of Kings Mountain. Just look for the Lighthouse. Like them on Facebook too, and mention this radio ad and take 10% off.
The NASCAR Cup Series
puts the green flag in the air, and we're racing at Road America.
heads back to Road America.
Oh, and here comes Bowman. He's going to jam Larson. He's going to spin him in 5.
For racing on Independence Day weekend.
Everybody is on their feet, and Chase Elliott has won here this afternoon.
It's the Quick Trip 250, presented by Jockey Made in America.
Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL. 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
For over 30 years, Cleveland County and others have turned to SNR Auto Sales for their vehicle needs, and you've continued to come to SNR Auto Sales ever since. Thank you to our loyal customers for trusting us. Whether you needed a truck or a car, SNR Auto Sales was there to serve you. June will mark our 30-year anniversary of SNR Auto Sales, offering top quality vehicles to the area. Whether you're a loyal customer or a first-time buyer, come see us as we celebrate 30 years in the car business. Located at 417 South Post Road, Shelby.
Carolina Hardware Garden and Pool Supply in Lincoln is having a red, white, and blue July 4th sale. 2 big days, Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd. Come in and take 30% off all garden furniture and benches. Come see the new selection. Check out their summer flags, yard ornaments, and more. And get your pool water checked and all of your pool supplies, too. Don't miss the 2-day 4th of July sale, July 1st and 2nd at Carolina Hardware Garden and Pool Supply, 969 Reevesville Road in Lincoln.
It's time to head to the mountains. Crowder's Mountain Golf Course, that is. Come and play in the shadows of beautiful Crowder's Mountain. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for just $30, and after 1 p.m., only $27. Play and ride weekends for $40, and after 1 p.m., only $35. Monday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for $20, and seniors play and ride Monday through Friday for only $27. Call for your tee times at 704-739-7681. Located at 255 Lincoln Academy Road off Highway 74 west of Gastonia.
Get lucky with your new lucky hat, that is, from the Big Hat Wall at the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Yep, Great Outdoors has the lucky hat. Everyone needs one. And the Great Outdoors has a wall full of famous lucky hats, all sizes, styles, and colors. And right now at Tara's, G3C, regular $299, now $249. And get a $25 online mail-in rebate. Coming out for all the details at the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East in Cherryville. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Tom, why don't you tell them about our friends in Shelby?
Brings you Saturday Morning Sports Talk each and every week. Give them a call, 704-487-7877 for all your heating and air needs. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. Kevin.
Well, good morning, everybody. Let's go over the fall football schedule here for the folks at home. Getting excited about that. KTC Broadcasting is your home for fall football action. Cleveland County football, of course, here. It's been, I don't know, it seems about every year for the past about 10 or so, 15 years here, we've had somebody in or around the state championship game. Can't remember the exact streak or how many, but been doing pretty well with that. I guess you guys don't have y'all scheduled in front of y'all. Y'all can hold that over there and pass it around for. I'll let y'all
give it to Zach. He wasn't here last week.
Zach wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
Some people work when they want to.
Yeah.
Zach and Terry. You didn't know that's the way this place worked, did you, Kevin? You kind of work when you want to.
Right.
You just kind of show up. If you feel like showing up one week, you show up. If you want to leave early, just leave early. It's no big deal. Just make your own schedule here.
Is he okay, Terry?
No.
You're okay, Tom.
No, I'm not.
You need counseling.
Not okay. So I come in here and I hear this Guardians nonsense as soon as I walk in the door.
Terry, you missed the
so you
joke of the day. Now
you guys, let's make Tom mad today.
He brought it back up.
So I've been in a rare mood for going on 31 minutes now.
That's Zach's. Yep. So it's Zach's fault, Terry. Just letting you know.
That's Zach's little button push there. Let me see if I push his button today. Talk about
Zach,
the Guardians.
I'm glad you come today then.
Yeah, we're glad you showed up today.
Who was we talking about?
Glad you sobered up to come in.
I know it.
Who was we talking about when it got to the Hall of Fame?
What's that?
Oh,
he had all his
He
Indians
said
cards over there, and
Guardians,
he was looking through them and naming names. I said, "Yes, the Guardians Hall of Fame."
And he thinks it's hilarious. That's just the most hilarious thing that's ever been said. He's about to fall out of his chair.
You know
over
why?
there.
Here's why.
Zach, you should be on late night TV. You're making this guy about to fall out of his chair.
Here's why it's so funny. Because I'm picturing in my head them having to tell the workers to go in there and take down the Indians Hall of Fame signs. They really had to do this, Tom.
I know.
Because that's where I'm honest. I'm really laughing about that, thinking about the signs and stuff with them walking around
and you know what?
redoing
You
all
can't
that.
change it, Tom.
Now
They'll never be back up.
It'll still
They were not part of the Guardians.
That same thing.
You
Redskins
can't
going
change
through.
the Indians to Guardians and say, "Oh, they're in my Hall of Fame," because it's not correct.
It's the same franchise.
It's not correct, Tom.
Terry, how much do you drink before you come into
I
work?
mean, why would you eat?
What's in that cup?
Are
Terry?
you even looking at them?
Not right now. Not
I
at this
didn't figure
particular
you were.
moment. I'm not.
Well,
but I mean, it's just it's the same franchise. If you change the name, it's still the same franchise.
No, you're his.
Wait a minute. So tell me more about the Baltimore Ravens, Tom.
The Baltimore Ravens is a new
It's the
franchise.
same franchise, is it not, Terry?
Kept all the records in
They
Cleveland.
moved over to.
They kept
to
all
the
the records in
Ravens.
Cleveland.
All they did was change the name.
They kept all the records in Cleveland.
The Pelicans are the Hornets. Or they went to the Bobcats and Hornets and back to that. That is a new franchise. That is an odd
The
change.
Bobcats were a new franchise.
Nope, the Ravens are the Browns.
If you look at it that way,
Yeah,
yes, but
if
all
you
the
were-
records stayed in Cleveland.
You should claim that, though. You got 2 Super Bowls now.
No. I will not
The
claim
Browns
anything.
franchise has 2 Super Bowls, true or false?
I will not claim anything that Art Modell or one of my used-to-be favorite people, Ozzie Newsome, because Ozzie and Modell stabbed us in the back. But that's okay, Ozzie. I still like you. I still like Ozzie. He stabbed us in the back, though. Not Modell. No. Can't go, but you know, the record stayed in Cleveland, so it's different.
Okay. So, we were going to talk the high school football schedule. We'll do that at the end. We'll stay with Major League Baseball since we got Zach doing that real quick. Let's go. Your Guardians are in second, 1.5 games out of first, but you're 5 games out of the win column. Some fuzzy math there. Why have y'all played so many less games?
Because there's been so many rainouts in Cleveland. And they were talking about, there was an article, I think, in the Plain Dealer about how the restaurants were, trying to recover from COVID. And they're like, okay, we got games again. And then it rains every day. So that's been hurting them. The thing about the Guardians is they'll win 4 in a row, and then they'll lose 5 in a row, and then they'll win 3 in a row, and then they'll lose 4 in a row. I mean,
they're streaky.
I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, ridiculously so.
Kevin, have you never heard this? When you're a new franchise, you have to wait on days to play. So you can't always play every day.
Something.
You got to wait for a field to open up.
Something.
In Cleveland somewhere.
At
for you
least
to go play.
my team is relevant. Your team hasn't been relevant in about 7 or 8 years. So, we're talking about at least the Guardians, Indians, whatever you want to call them, are worthy of conversation.
Tom,
Unlike
when's the last
Royals.
time y'all won a World Series?
It's been a while.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, the Guardians have never won a World Series.
Same franchise.
Thank you.
It's not the same franchise.
It's the same.
Your
franchise.
whole name's changed. They made them take down all of your Hall of Famers.
So, in the playoffs, let's look at the playoffs right now.
I'm not even going to dignify that.
We'll look at the wild card standings since your Guardians are in the playoffs right now, Tommy. So Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Guardians. So in the National League, the Padres, Braves, and Cardinals are your wild card teams. Terry, you guys are 12 games out of the wild card. You got time to make that
We
up?
still got a chance. We won our last 2.
You got to start somewhere, right there.
You're 5-5.
That's what I'm talking about.
So 12 games out of the playoff spot there. Cardinals and Braves fighting it out. Giants on their tails. Phillies on their tails. In the American League, Tampa's a half game out, and then Rangers, White Sox, Angels, and Mariners 4 and 5 games out of the wild card standings. So in the American League, you'll see Blue Jays, Red Sox, Guardians. That would mean you would have Tommy, you guys have the worst record, so you would be going to the best record, the Yankees. So you'd get Yankee. No. You wouldn't. You'd be Yankees would get a bye. Sorry, it's like old football rules, isn't it? Yankees and Astros get a bye, so you guys would be going to Minnesota. So Minnesota and Cleveland in round 1 right now is the season in today in the American League, and in the National League for you Braves fans. Let's see where you guys would be.
They're in the playoffs. The second. No, they're in the East. They're in the second. I think they're in the playoffs.
Right. So Cardinals would be in Milwaukee, and then Braves and Padres is where they would be to start the playoffs. So with Mets and Dodgers getting the buys. So there's your American League and National League standings. I thought I had one more note, but I think it was just we talked it all during the baseball card stuff for the most part. Any other comments, questions, concerns on the baseball season right now?
No, Thomas over at Friendship is joining in on the fun. He said the Indians won when they had Ricky Vaughn.
They didn't win the World Series.
No,
though,
they didn't win the World Series. They beat the Yankees in the.
Did the story ever stop or continue on that?
It went in 2 and 3. You know, I can't even remember. 2 and 3 were kind of bad, so I didn't really pay much attention. I think it wasn't in the original. They tied him, and the game was for the pennant.
Right, it was just for the pennant.
It was just
the
for
whole
the pennant.
movie.
Yeah,
Nobody
it was
gets
for the pennant.
You're
Yeah.
right, and I couldn't ever remember. Was there ever a conclusion to that season?
Yeah, they didn't win. I remember in the future they didn't, and then the third one was really bad.
Okay,
they just were trying to make money off the name. It just wasn't as good. 2 wasn't horrible,
Well,
but
Thomas has got to see our Tom Sinafani Wild Thing video, don't he? Y'all forgot about that. Our Tom and Terry.
Oh yeah,
Wild
we do
Thing
have that.
intro
Yeah,
video.
right. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Terry yelling at him, "Wild Thing,
Wild Thing, Wild Thing."
I gotta find out where did I put that.
Who was the fan? Who was Randy Quaid? Was that
Terry?
Terry?
Yeah,
Terry
that
was
was
Randy
Terry.
Quaid.
Randy
But
Quaid.
who was Tom Berenger?
Zach.
Okay, Zach was Tom.
Zach
Berenger.
was the coach. Yeah, Zach was the coach.
He wants the righty.
Well, Zach, let's go. Well, you guys can go across the room. We'll start with Tom. Hand that to Tom and let him do the Burns schedule. This will be Burns live on the.
That's the first one over to the left, Tom.
Thanks, Terry.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, our season begins on August 19th. Forest View will be at Burns. Week 2, 826 will be Burns at Crest. Week 3, 9-2 would be Burns at Kings Mountain. Week 4, 9-9, Watauga at Burns. 9-16, it'll be Burns at Highland Tech. 9-23, it'll be Kings Mountain at North Gaston. Burns is off that week, so we will travel to North Gaston to cover Kings Mountain and North Gaston. On 9-30, it'll be Bessemer City. Kevin's Jackets will visit Burns. And then on 10-7, Burns will visit Thomas Jefferson. 10-14, Burns will visit East Gaston. 10-21, Cherryville and Coach Pruitt will visit Burns. And to wrap up the season, Shelby will visit Burns. That's your Burns High School schedule. And as far as we know, that'll all be covered on YouTube for the best of our ability. Some of the road games, Kevin will tell you, gets a little, we're not sure what we can do. But home games, we will have YouTube coverage.
Right, we're not sure as far as
road games. Again, just going to go ahead and tell everybody that sometimes when we're on the road, people start saying, "Where's the game? I can't find it." It's like we do what they allow us to do.
Internet signal.
Yeah.
Some games. Let's see, road games shouldn't have any problems. I don't think you will have any problems this year, Tom, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, last year, you guys were forced to host another school in their video, so I assume the same will be received on the other end, right, Tom?
You're saying that do unto others as you would have them do unto you?
If
the golden rule
without naming names, as far as I remember, you guys were made to accommodate another broadcast last year, and I mean made to, and I would assume that if you're going back to their place, you'll be made to accommodate your guys' broadcast.
One would think.
One would think. On WOHS, let's see, Zach, I'll let you do the WCSL Cherryville Ironman schedule there.
Yeah, we got Avery County at Cherryville on 8-19, 8-26, Cherryville at West Lincoln, going up to Terry's place. 9-2, we got Cherryville at Blacksburg. I'm not sure if I've ever is that somebody they played before?
It's old scrimmage partner.
Okay.
Every now and then.
Yeah, not familiar with that one. 9-9.
I remember I scrimmaged them when I played.
I'm not sure. It seems like Coach Pruitt has a connection down there.
Okay.
Like he knows somebody. It seems like he said that before.
Okay, that makes sense. 9-9 Chase at Cherryville. 9-16 Shelby at Cherryville. 9-23 Cherryville at East Gaston. 9-30. No, that's not right. It says Kings Mountain at Forest View, so I got to skip down. 10
That's right.
7.
That's correct.
Okay.
They got a bye.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Sorry. 9:30 Kings Mountain at Forest View. 10-7 Highland Tech at Cherryville. 10-14 Cherryville at Jefferson. 10-21 Cherryville at Burns, and 10-28 Cherryville finish up season at Bessemer City.
That's a tough way to end the year. 3 straight road games.
Yeah, Terry, I'll let you handle the Waggy broadcast. Now with Waggy, so Zach just read you. Those Cherryville games will be on 92.9 FM, which you're listening to now. If you're on the radio, if you're online, the Burns games will be on the YouTube channel. If you're online now watching on this channel, you'll have Red Zone channel, which I'll have live highlights from the games. In fact, Tom, I'll be able to tune into you guys and show you guys live at any time. So just every now and then say hello to your Red Zone viewers when you're broadcasting up there. So Terry, you'll have 107.5 FM Rutherford County games here, 13:20 a.m. Paul Foster and Jonathan Bland will have these games. You do that schedule for me.
I got you on 8:19. It will be Mountain Heritage at Chase. 8:26 Black Mountain Owen at Chase. 9:2 McDowell at East Rutherford. 9:9 Chesney at RS Central. 9:16 Hendersonville at RS Central. 9:23 East Rutherford at Chase. 9:30 Hendersonville at Chase. 10:07 East Rutherford at Hendersonville. 10:14 RS Central at East Rutherford. 10:21 East Rutherford at Polk County. And 10:28 Chase at RS Central. And like we said before last week, glad to have East Rutherford back as a football team.
Now that one is subject to change based on what the other radio stations is going to do too. That one's a preliminary Waggy schedule. We've got to work with them a little bit on. There may be 2 games on there that may not be what we're going to end up doing. So for you Jefferson fans, we didn't have you on the main Waggy schedule. We may substitute that on the 26th. We'll let you know on that one. And then we've also got Jefferson at Shelby. That will be on WHS in Shelby. Jefferson and Burns will be live stream video from Thomas Jefferson. And then Cherryville at Thomas Jefferson on WCSL 1590 AM for those folks listening in that area. So I know if you didn't hear that on your Waggy, you are still covered there. Let's see. WHS Shelby game, the Cleveland County game of the week, folks. Remember that so we'll be doing Shelby and Crest games on this station. Kings Mountain does not allow broadcasts from their school other than their own broadcast. So no radio broadcast or anything that we know of until except Tom's Burns guys may be able to do that. We'll see about that. But no radio. So at Kings Mountain High School. WHS 101.5 FM, first game of the week, though. Kings Mountain comes to Shelby. So we'll have Kings Mountain and Shelby week 1, 8-19. August 26th, the AC Reynolds Rockets come to Shelby. And then week 3. So the first half's going to be Shelby dominated. The second half's going to be Crest dominated as far as the schedule goes. It worked out that way. High Brighton at Shelby. Shelby and Crest is the first weekend in September, Tom. And they have Burns and Kings Mountain that same night. I don't know who scheduled that, but I disagree with that. Scheduling. You can't schedule other schools like that. But I'm just saying it'd be nice not to have the county matchups the same night like
Correct.
that. High Brighton at Shelby will be September 9th. September 16th, Ashbrook at Crest. Jefferson will come to Shelby on the 23rd. Crest at South Point on the 30th. In October 7th, North Gaston at Crest. Crest at Forestville on the 14th. East Gaston at Shelby on the 21st. And then Kings Mountain and Crest will finish up the season October 29th, Halloween week. And Tom, I've got you guys what everyone was one, what Thomas was one. I know Thomas is driving probably, but I do have the video ready for you guys. I'm not going to play the audio because that'll get us whatever. But anyway, this was Thomas. You go back and watch the show. We're talking about it now. This is the video.
This is for Major League 2.
You can go back and watch. Just type Tom Wild Thing Cinephony. You can go to the Shock Jock Sportscast, and there's Terry as Randy Quaid yelling at the Wild Thing for a second, and then And then here comes Tom, the Wild Thing Cinephony, in to save the day, and they got to play his music. So that was a fun little video. You can go watch it on YouTube. For some reason, I can play it on. Now, Tom, my video is on YouTube, right? So it's not blocked on YouTube. And I got the original video from YouTube, mixed it, put it on YouTube, but we're broadcasting on YouTube. I can't do it for copyright. It'll get kicked off, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But anyway, Zach, hit computer for just a second. I'll probably play like 4 seconds.
Nice look. Welcome back, Mark. Good to be back.
Cinephony, good to be back. Well, that's one of my favorite ones that we've done so far. We'll have more of those every weekend. We've been actually pretty busy this past week with the card stuff, so didn't get to making some fun with that. But anyway, high school football Friday nights. Remember, 5:30 the pregame show starts. We'll have live studio coverage. You guys see us here live watching on in studios right now on YouTube. Hello. We'll be right here all night. 5:30 to 7, we'll have the pregame show. Then we'll take a 30-minute break for our 4 games to get live at the stadiums, and then we eat some dinner here. And at 7:30, the Red Zone channel starts. The Red Zone radio show starts. Myself and a special guest each week. We'll go through the highlights. We have live video highlights, Twitter feed from around the area at all the schools. We'll have check-ins with Burns on that, and Tom. Well, glad that we have back at least video. This has been really good when we had like 6-7 videos going at one time, wasn't it, Terry, with the Red Zone? But anyway, hopefully we'll get back to that at some point. But that is a fun show to do. Check that out. Live scoring highlights, 7:30 to 9:30. And then from 9:30 to 10, we take a little break as we get finish up the games on the radio, and we get into our post-game show up until 11:30 at night every Friday night. So we bring you 6 hours of high school football coverage every Friday night beginning August 19th through October 28th. And for you sponsors out there, we'll listen on the radio. You guys want to sponsor any of these games? We got special deals on on multiple broadcasts. We got 4 broadcasts to do of games. We've got pregame show broadcasts. We got Red Zone radio sponsorship. We got postgame show broadcast sponsorship, and we got special sponsorships like touchdowns, players of the games, and more. So if anyone out there interested in helping out and supporting local high school sports, Tom and Terry appreciate the checks.
We do. We do.
All right, JP, what you doing in there? How was your week? I didn't hear much from you earlier. Good?
Yeah, it was good.
What'd you do? Anything important?
I worked.
Worked. That is important.
That's about all I did.
That's all you did.
Do you not think you're working when you come here, JP?
What'd you do?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know I'm working.
I can't hear him.
But I mean, you don't have your ears on, Tom. That's probably why.
Can't hear.
Yeah, there you go, Tom. That's
It's like, wait a minute.
Everybody didn't understand you a minute ago.
Headphones on.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't. I was like, what?
My God,
what's going
JP
on?
has to point that out.
My fault.
Oh, Lordy. We need to go to break.
Andre's going to like this clip Monday.
We do. I need to sober up.
Jerry, what's the name?
We're talking about drinking.
Is the shower working?
It went
Yeah,
down.
go in there and take a cold shower. Sober
I
up.
can't hear you.
JP busted him this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
JP,
I'll take that.
Take us away, buddy.
We'll be back in a minute on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family owned and operated, proudly serving Shelby and the surrounding area with the finest in heating and cooling for your home or business. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, and right now they have an exclusive spring special on Carrier, Goodman, and Mitsubishi systems. Get exclusive Shelby Heated and Air discounts of up to $750. Yes, discounts on quality heating and cooling systems of up to $750. Online at ShelbyHeating.com. See their page at WhatsAppShopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Located at 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. It's a red, white, and blue sale. 10 big days through July 9th at Country Camping Corner in Kings Mountain. It's the best time ever to buy. Prices have been slashed. You can save thousands of dollars. Make memories come true that will last a lifetime with a new RV from Country Camping Corner. New and used, all on sale with the biggest inventory ever now through July 9th. The red, white, and blue sale at Country Camping Corner, 101 Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass intersection, Kings Mountain. Online at countrycamping.com.
The lowest prices and loudest booms are found at Johnny's Discount Fireworks on Highway 321 south of Gastonia at the state line in Bowling Green. Assortments, shells, and rockets. Open late the week of July 4th. Johnny's Discount Fireworks, Highway 321 south of Gastonia at the state line on the right.
What's the best way to explain the golf at Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden? It's world-class golf for the working class. Yes, golf is never better than it is at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden, with special programs for seniors, men, ladies, and juniors, plus a driving range, banquet facilities, and a swimming pool, picnic area, and more. For your tee time or other questions, call 828-428-2451. The Glen Oaks Golf Course, 245 Golf Course Road in Maiden. It's world class for the working class. For over 40 years, the Captain's Cap Family Fish House on Linwood Road in Gastonia has been serving the area with the finest in seafood. And once again last year, they were voted the winner of the best seafood restaurant in Gaston County. Right now, they have several employment opportunities. That's the Captain's Cap Family Fish House, 3140 Linwood Road in Gastonia, online at thecaptainscap.com. For orders to go, call 704-865-7433.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Check out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after 4 p.m. specials at Love's Fish Box in Kings Mountain. On Tuesday, it's Alaskan whitefish with all the trimmings for $7.99. On Wednesdays, it's beef tips with choice of potato and salad for $10.95. And on Thursday, it's an 8-ounce hamburger steak with choice of potato for $7.99. And don't forget about their daily lunch specials too. Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road in Kings Mountain, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Yeah, we're back.
All right. Want to remind you, Shelby Heating and Air bringing you Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com for all your heating and air needs, Kevin.
I wanted to go over the American Legion brackets real quick, if I can do my fancy internet over here. And so...
Is that the American Legion bracket?
Yes.
Okay.
Cherville was a first-round bye, the 1 seed, against the 8 seed. They are 17-10 on the season. They'll play the winner of Matthews, who was 7-11, against Henderson County, who was 6-10.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I know a little bit about it. You throw the records out because some of these teams have had to forfeit because their kids are on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw Henderson County Wednesday night. They're not bad. They've got some arms. And I was talking to their coach. I know his first name's Chris. Really good guy. I think he does a good job with that program. That he was saying, we had to forfeit a few because we didn't have enough guys. He's had to talk a couple guys into staying because you get these 18-year-olds in the summertime after their senior year, they want to go to the beach. They want to go on trips. It's not like 25 years ago when it's like, no, I'm playing ball.
Right.
So, you're dealing with a different type of kid, and I understand that. But I wouldn't sleep on like a Henderson County or a Matthews. I'm sure it's the same thing that they've run into some issues where they don't have all their guys. Cleveland County ran into that one time. The week after the kids graduated, they got to play Cherville that week. And I'm sure Cherville had a couple guys gone too. So you could throw those records and seeds out the window. In my opinion, just throw them out the window. And I think if everybody shows up, but this is 4th of July week.
Yeah.
There are, the news said, there are 43 million Americans traveling out of town. That's just what they know of. People have been cooped up for 2 years. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of people going on vacation. So these coaches have to deal with what they didn't have to deal with, say, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? You didn't have to worry about 15, 20, 30 years ago. Your guys were there.
And you don't have to worry about gas prices.
Right.
You don't
didn't
have to take
worry
your Ken Griffey card and get some gas.
Yeah. We're going back to that. We're really doing that again. Oh, okay. I thought we were done with that,
Tom,
but we're going
Tom,
back.
You just went on a 2-minute rant.
That's what I'm saying.
And I haven't got out of the first bracket yet.
I'm just saying.
We're going back.
Oh,
to
I
that.
thought this was a talk show. Go ahead.
It is.
Okay.
But it wasn't about baseball. It was about
baseball.
It was about some fictitious players for Henderson County.
What do you mean fictitious
You just made up players. They might be good. They might win games.
No, I didn't.
He said he saw them.
They didn't have all their guys. That's a fact.
After playing Ghost Runners.
They would have had to play Ghost Runners. And a couple of their guys didn't have enough guys. I told you.
That's a blast trying to pass that heard forever.
Runner. Invisible man on second base. But that's a fact.
Well,
they were
Gaston
really dealing
County
with
will be hosting Hickory, 12-3, 6-12. Cleveland County gets the bye. Tom, speaking of people not showing up, whoever the 6 seed was forfeited their first round game. So the 3 seed gets the bye instead of the 2 seed in the other side of the bracket.
Really?
Really?
That's what I was talking. That was exactly my point. And you're like, well, there's this nonsense. The point I was just making, you just backed up my point that it ain't 1990 anymore. That's all I'm saying. Continue, please. Read the bracket. That's about on your intellectual level there.
I haven't got.
Read the bracket.
I'm trying.
Okay. That's about as high as your intellectual elevator goes up. You can read the bracket.
I'm trying to. It's been 5 minutes, and I've got to 3 games, Terry.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought this was a talk show, Terry.
Well,
that
it
people were
is.
supposed to
I
talk.
mean, you know, but I don't understand the bracket now. If your number 3 team got a bye, when it should have been, okay, we're going to redo this, Gaston County.
Instead of redrawing it, they just said,
that's what I'm saying.
You're out, and you get to go.
Because you know,
I didn't make the
don't get me wrong. Congratulations, Cleveland County.
Right.
But if I was Gaston County, I'd be like, how does this going to work?
Why don't they have to play Hickory and we get to buy?
Yeah.
Queen City got the number 1.
I mean, that's how I looked at it.
I'm sure there was a discussion, Terry. There was a lot of discussion about our 5-team bracket. Who drew those up the other day? Those are official documents that we had to play in last weekend. Queen City gets the bye. They're 14-1, but Tom said it does not matter. They really could be 3-14 because they.
That's not what I said.
They probably had all their
forfeited
guys.
against
That's what I'm
them.
saying.
Everybody
All their
forfeited
guys
against
did
them.
not go to the beach.
All right.
Yeah.
There's plenty
This
to
is
do
pick
in
on
Charlotte.
pick on Tom Day.
They went to the Whitewater Center. See, all the Charlotte boys went to the
It's
Whitewater
because the
Center.
gas price. Because the gas price, they didn't want to drive all the way to the beach.
They're just kayaking there in the Whitewater.
They went kayaking at the White. They went to the zip line.
Well,
That's what
Queen
they
City
did.
will play the winner of Caldwell and Mint Hill. Rutherford County gets the bye, 14-3. They'll play the winner of Gastonia and Burke. Tom, I haven't been over to see them since they've redone it. How is it over there? How's the
Hot.
I AstroTurf's hot.
I don't like it for this climate. I think it works well up north during football season. Mountains during football season. Appalachian State's got it too. You should see y'all's facility up there, Kevin. Same thing.
We've had turf for
But they've turfed everything. They got
20
the outfield.
20 degrees cooler all the time up there.
Baseball. Yeah, the whole thing's turf. Yeah, that is. I did go up and see that. I've seen that. It's pretty neat. And now it's still on the very, very, very tip top of the damn mountain.
I know.
And
in the GPS, if you put in baseball facility, I think it's the Smith Baseball Complex. If you ever go up there, don't just type in to Google baseball field Appalachian State because it sends you to the football stadium. It's like, no, you're not going to have to watch baseball.
Well, see, that's where it used to be. Was right behind the home. It used to be.
Okay.
So that's what I was about to say. Since I graduated high school, the baseball stadium has moved 7 times.
Really?
7. Yes, Tom. It was originally when you pull in. I'll tell you where it was. Terry, you know the homes. You know the basketball gym when you pull into to Boone. It was right there across the street where the creek is. That creek right there is where the baseball stadium was. When I moved up there, it got moved kind of on the hill where it is now, and then they were building a new one. So they kind of shared a place for a year or two. Then they moved out to the recreation area for a year, and then them and the softball team went out their way while they built another one. So that was the 4 different places. When I say 7 places, there's 7 different places they've been to. Then they moved back to where when you go up the hill, the first parking lot you get to, it used to be there. And then they moved it back down the hill when they redid the football stadium and put it there. And that's where it was my last year. That's where I went out and hit on. It was right there. So if you go to the football stadium, right behind the home stadium, that's where it was. That is now the softball complex. That whole softball complex in the parking area used to be the baseball field when I was there the last 2 years. So since then, it's moved twice. So that's the 7. They played in 7 different ballparks, I think, in 23 years, 22 years.
Talk about my stories never ending.
Tom, that was 40 seconds.
I think it was more than 40 seconds. I got it on a timer here. That was at least 2 minutes.
We do.
At least 2 minutes.
At least 2 minutes.
Can we read the brackets? I was wanting to get to these brackets.
I'm done with the brackets. I didn't read them.
I don't think
and
you
brought
read
it
at all.
Yes, I did. I read
You did
it,
not
Terry.
mention Rutherford County.
Terry.
Did he mention Rutherford County? Terry doesn't know.
He don't have his headphones on.
Terry. He don't have his ears on again.
I didn't hear him.
You did. I said I'm done with the brackets. That's how we got to the Appalachian Fields. I asked you about Gastonia, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
Is he okay?
No.
Jackie, are you watching?
I'm sorry I threw you off your game first thing this
He
morning,
did. Zach ruined his day. And
He did.
It's been over ever since. Did you read that?
Tom can't even read no more. He don't even see what we're trying to read.
No.
Oh.
Will you get the camera off me, please? Will you please take the camera? Okay.
I was trying to get Terry's side eye when you said that.
He's like Ricky. He's like Ricky Vaughn when he wasn't playing well.
And I'm starting to wonder if him and the president have been drinking the same thing the way they're acting. Did you read that?
No.
Where he said Switzerland instead of Sweden. No. I called up my buddies in Switzerland. Sweden. Bud.
That's the only fall off his bicycle, but yeah.
Oh,
well, I give him credit for an 80-year-old man riding a bicycle. When's the last time you rode a bicycle, Zach?
I do ride, but
okay, that's not what I asked. I asked when the last time you did it.
This year, but
So
it's pretty laboring. I'll tell you that.
You just admitted an 80-year-old man rides a bike more than you.
Yeah,
that's not what he said. There's proof he's done it one time, and the one time he did it, he
there-
fell off.
There's a spoof video out there. There's a spoof video where
That
it has
person's
the
already
scene.
been raided by
it has
the
a scene
FBI.
with Uncle Rico, and he throws the steak, and instead he hits Biden in the face, and Biden falls off the bike. So it's kind of funny.
That guy got raided by the FBI the next day, Tom.
Probably.
Wrong. Can't do that on that side.
Probably.
Speaking of which, all right, we'll be back in just a few minutes, JP. And we've got really not much to talk about in the NFL at all. But we've got a big, lots of NBA to talk. We've got so much stuff. Terry Celtics involved in all kinds of trade discussions. Terry, you excited about that?
Depends on who we get.
Just got somebody
and
yesterday.
what we're going to give up. Yeah, I know. We got Brogdon.
Okay.
I mean, he's okay. I like him because
player.
he's well-mannered, too.
All right.
I like him.
Well, we'll be back in a few minutes. KDCBroadcasting.com.
Keep cool this summer with one phone call to Shelby Heating and Air, your family-owned and operated heating and air company. And right now, ask for the exclusive Shelby Heating and Air Summer Special with discounts of up to $750 on quality heating and cooling systems. Again, up to $750 in discounts now. Cool cash savings is yours from Shelby Heating and Air, 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. Online at shelbyheating.com. See the page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. It's time to splash down at Today's Pro in Shelby. Today's Pro now has pool supplies. Keep cool with Today's Pro. They're featuring Aqua Bright chemicals, the ones the pool professionals use. Coming now for free Spin Lab water testing. And if you mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your pool supplies. And don't forget about their propane fill-up for those backyard cookouts. Again, it's time to jump in. Get your pool chemicals and pool supplies today at Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-600-8393 or visit the website at todayspro.com. Stop by Shelby Fabrics often. Their inventory of fabrics, specialty decor, leathers for furniture and crafts, and more grow weekly. Right now, they have unique, handcrafted teak wood statement pieces that you won't find anywhere else. You don't have to travel far to make your home feel like a summer vacation spot. So visit Shelby Fabrics today, located at 724 West Marion Street in Shelby. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 5, Monday and Saturday, 9 to 1. Shelby Fabrics. Let them help you with your decor. Call 704-481-1476.
The NASCAR Cup Series
puts the green flag in the air, and we're racing at Road America.
heads back to Road America
Oh, and here comes Bowman. He's going to jam Larson. He's going to spin him in 5.
for racing on Independence Day weekend.
Everybody is on their feet, and Chase Elliott has won here this afternoon.
It's the Quick Trip 250 presented by Jockey Made in America.
Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
Country Gold with Terry Clark. I'm Terry Clark, inviting you to join me for Country Gold, where we play your favorites from the 80s and 90s. This week, we'll celebrate the 4th of July weekend with patriotic country songs and stories from Toby Keith, Brooks and Dunn, Aaron Tippin, Charlie Daniels, and many more. That's our 4th of July weekend special on Country Gold with Terry Clark.
Thursday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. If you've been thinking about metal roofing for your home or business, then now is the time to see Acre Enterprises in Cherryville. Acre Enterprises will beat anybody's quote on metal roofing. And right now, 12x3 metal sheeting in black, white, red, and green, just $30 a sheet. They will not be undersold. They carry a full line of carports and metal buildings too. Low overhead means lower prices to you. That's Acre Enterprises, 1220 Shelby Road, Highway 150 West in Cherryville, right across from the food line. Online at acrecarports.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Tom, why don't you tell them about our friends over in Shelby?
Shelby Heating and Air, bringing you Saturday morning sports talk. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. If you need repairs, you need a new system, you need maintenance, give them a call, 704-487-7877. shelbyheating.com online, Kevin.
Welcome back to the broadcast. We've got NBA talk, and we'll start with the Hornets. Miles Bridges, who
he was on the national news, dude.
Train wreck.
The last few weeks, have I not been giving warnings? If you paid any attention to the show whatsoever, I've said multiple times that they should not give him any sort of extension, and they're in the spot where they're a small market team. How do you keep talent? You got to overpay for talent, and they were about to Kimber Walker this guy, and instead of just letting him go and let someone else pay him, they were about to pay him themselves. And
thank goodness.
I'm not for the situation, right?
No. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we didn't have to pay him.
The Hornets wouldn't have to pay him. Somebody else will at the end of the day, probably at some point. But he was arrested for domestic violence in Los Angeles this week after already having a few issues, throwing a mouthpiece and hitting a kid at the end of the
pictures
season.
on
and then
Twitter or whatever he had.
Pictures of his lean and his weed on Twitter, Instagram. And then now with this, I'm just, for the franchise's sake, what you would like, the best for the franchise would have been a sign and trade with him somewhere, because then you could get some type of value back. But you can't even do that now. You just let him walk.
I don't mind
let him walk, do whatever he wants.
I don't mind overpaying for somebody with like Gordon Hayward, where he's got a good character.
Mm.
I don't want to pay for somebody that's going to be a detriment to the team.
So there goes the Hornets, like some of their trade firepower, you could say. But as far as trades go, let's go over what's happened and so far in the league. Yesterday, Rudy Gobert was traded for
Unreal.
4 first-round picks. Now, he averages 15 points and 14 rebounds a game. But trade to the Timberwolves for 4 firsts.
They got Patrick Beverly too. I mean, they cleaned up.
Yeah, they got Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Jared Vanderbilt, Leandro Balmero, the 22nd pick, Walker Kessler, and 4 first-round picks. They will acquire unprotected picks in 2023, 2025, 2027, and a top 5 protected pick in 2029.
They got 5 players plus 4 picks for 1 player.
For 15 points a game.
Who's 30 years old.
Think of that, y'all. 5 players.
They
and
were
4 number 1 picks.
They just
for a guy who's 30 years old.
Really overpaid.
He's 30 years old. No way.
Dang, man, this reminds me of Dallas, Minnesota, and football.
At least they're not as dumb as the Browns. At least they traded for a guy who's actually going to play.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, Malik Beasley's good. Patrick Beverly, you can't find a better defensive guy than anybody out there for him.
The crazy thing was, they was talking about last night that Minnesota's going to have a lot better defense now that they got Gobert. I'm like, y'all just lost Patrick Beverly. Like,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, people can talk about Patrick Beverly. I like Patrick Beverly. When Patrick Beverly's on any channel and y'all listen to him, he don't care what people think. He tells it like it is. And I mean, when people were talking about people who guarded, and they talked about Booker, I've never in my life seen a guy go, he's not that good. That's the first thing come out of his mouth. I can stop him.
Yeah, but Beverly will say he can stop him and then give up 35.
Well, yeah, but then sometimes
he does that a lot.
When the game's on the line, he's going to be right there.
I'll shut him down, and then he'll give up 30 points to whoever.
Yep.
That was the previous roster there, right?
Well, I just clicked on the roster.
Which is not your fault. I mean, they just haven't updated. It's what they've not done.
Well, there's your depth. It don't even have anything on them. Just the center and the forward. I don't know why it's not listing the guards, but we'll go back to the.
Well, they've got D'Angelo Russell, right? No, that's the Kings.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah,
your point guard.
Yeah, I thought
Anthony Edwards is your shooting guard. It obviously doesn't matter who the small forward is because none of us know. And then you've got Gobert and Cat. It's really good starting lineup, guys.
It is.
Like, really.
They did.
That's a situation where the fourth guy, that small forward, if he can just hit threes and play, if that's Danny Green, someone like him in his prime, not now, not necessarily old Danny Green, but somebody like him.
Spurs Danny Green.
Fantastic starting lineup.
Now, wasn't Minnesota like a 7 seed?
Yeah.
And they played well.
Yeah, they did. They played good.
Game
they played well.
Beat Memphis. So, now we got that in the West. Then you got AD coming back. What the Lakers are going to do. There's all kinds of rumors with the Lakers. Now, let's start. We're back into them. Let's start with the Durant and Kyrie thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kyrie may be the most confusing human being on earth, but
totally.
So he opted out, or no, he opted back in because he wasn't going to give up his money,
right?
But then he was going to. He was basically saying, "I'm not coming to training camp, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm still asking for a trade." And the Durant's like, "Well, if you're still asking for a trade, you want to go somewhere else. I'm not staying here with me and Ben Simmons.
Yep.
Like, come on now." So Durant's asking for a trade now. Now, one of the reporters come out and said they still wouldn't mind playing together, but on a different team.
And they're talking about it could be the Lakers.
So basically, to me, if you say that, that means Kyrie just wants his money, but he doesn't want it. But Brooklyn doesn't want Kyrie, and they still want to play together, kind of. But I don't know.
It would be now. LeBron's been asked for a trade. Wouldn't it be funny that they just traded LeBron to Brooklyn and
That's where Lakers fans are like, we're going to get Kyrie and Durant and LeBron, and that'd be funny if they traded. There's no way on God's green earth Kevin Durant is going to end up on the same team as LeBron. He's trying to pass him. I know
is that a fair deal?
What?
AD and LeBron for KD and Kyrie?
Oh, no, they're just talking about now it would be AD for which one of those?
For either one of them?
Or both
of them? They'd give up AD.
No, I'm saying for either one of them.
AD never plays. He's always hurt.
Yeah, him and Kyrie got the same
that
attendance
would be
record.
the guy.
Kyrie's played 44 games, I think, in three
LeBron
seasons.
ain't going nowhere. LeBron's not leaving
He's asked
LA.
out, though.
Yeah, but
LeBron.
he's not going to leave LA.
What do you mean he's asked
too much
out?
He said he's not going to re-sign next year. After his contract up, he's not.
I haven't seen
Who,
that.
LeBron? Well, he's going to retire. I think he's going to go and do movies and stuff. I mean, he's close to 40, man.
I think he's going to Tom. I think that LeBron is going to play until he gets that 6th championship. You're going to see him, Tom, at 48 years old, being the point guard for a bunch of 20-year-olds here, and then he'll average 10 points a game. He's going to be old Kareem. He's going to average 10 points a game his last season, and then claim he's the greatest player ever because he played 25 seasons, more than Vince. He got more points than everybody. That's his only goal for being the GOAT now.
Yeah, the
he
only
has
thing
to tie
LeBron,
6.
well,
he has to get 6, and he has to get the most points ever.
And he wants his son on the same team he's on. So
that's his 3 goals. So until those 3 things happen, he's the all-time leading scorer. He ain't stopping.
The Brooklyn owner come out. I saw it this morning and said that he was tired of the drama with the team. He said, I'd rather have players that want to be on the team and want to actually play than have to deal with the drama.
So, and Kyrie's not drama. What are you talking about?
So here's one of the issues with the trade stuff. Ben Simmons being on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but same thing with the Devin Booker. If you're on a rookie extension, you can't be on another roster or traded to a roster with someone else with that same rookie extension. So you only got like one, basically, however that works. So a lot of these guys, that's why the Booker thing wouldn't work, because Booker couldn't be traded and be on the same team as Ben Simmons. So that's out the book. Kevin Durant wouldn't want to go to Phoenix
without Booker
and play. He don't want to go to Phoenix to play for Chris Paul. He wants to go to Phoenix to play with Devin Booker. So that's not that wouldn't happen. Now they've got the money. That trade is a DeAndre Ayton, whoever their small forward was, and then a bunch of draft picks and stuff like that. But if Gobert gets 4 first-round picks, what do you have to do to get a Kevin Durant who averages twice as many points?
And it's probably how old is Durant? 32.
Durant is 33 years old.
So he's 3 years older than Gobert. It's hard to believe he's that old for real.
It's not too many more years, but I mean, again, this year he averages 29.9.
He probably get 5 years if he could be healthy. You probably get him to 38. He could average 20. 37, 38 years old. Jordan did.
Oh yeah, at 7 foot and can shoot. He can. So the difference between him, he can play 5 more years than Steph Curry could play, based on being 7 foot, could stand in the corner.
He probably could because he don't never go rebound.
Whatever that means, Terry.
Yep.
Terry, that's funny you say that.
Well.
Well, you know how many rebounds per game Kevin Durant gets?
Probably 6, 7.
7 per game.
That's what I figured. I mean, that's minor. He's what, 7 foot, 6'11".
Draymond Green, you know how many rebounds he averages per game?
Draymond having to do everything. There's a difference.
Yeah,
Durant don't have to play defense.
No.
Durant does not play defense.
You ready for this, Tom?
Well, Draymond doesn't score.
You
Don't
ready for
say
this,
Draymond
Tom?
does everything because he doesn't score.
5.6.
6.9. Durant averages more rebounds in his career than Draymond Green.
Well,
his only job is to go get Durant's rebound.
He should.
The guy that shoots the ball should get more rebounds than the guy that never shoots the ball. So Jordan should have
We're
rebound.
talking about a guy that is 7 foot tall, that stands outside.
Terry, Dennis Rodman is the same height as Draymond Green, and he averaged 14 a game.
Here, we ain't getting this conversation.
Yeah,
there's no point
exactly
you
right.
can't win it, Terry.
It's awful. Yeah, no,
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
not even.
I'm not even.
You're not close to
Now things are back to normal.
Yeah.
These two are disagreeing.
He's trying to throw Durant under the bus on his rebound, saying he's terrible and he averages more than his hero.
Bizarro world turned around.
I don't even want to.
I just don't understand. What is your Draymond Green fetish? Everybody hates him. Everybody hates him.
He's your leader, buddy.
He's not.
He's the
not
darn
a leader.
When,
if I just kick
Curry,
somebody
Terry's the
in
best
the
man.
groin, that does not make me a leader.
He's got a better
Curry
war. Tommy's got a
and
better
Thompson
war.
and all
He's
of
got a better
them said,
war.
I would
That's all
not
he's
want to
saying.
play
War.
without him.
War.
That's all you got to hear, Tom.
This is nuts.
So,
Why do
all
we do
right,
this
let's
to
go
me?
through these teams.
Okay.
Kevin Durant, Charlotte Hornets. Zach.
Yeah.
I'd give up a lot.
Honestly, Terry, if you're the Hornets, you really have to. If you want Kevin Durant,
You have to give up LaMelo Ball.
Oh, that would just crush us.
Woo!
now, if that's the case, now here's your question. I think you could get Durant without giving up LaMelo.
Because
you
of the
just
money.
got through telling
Because
me
of the money.
a while ago that you'd give up number 1 choices for the rest of the time as long as you got Kate.
Right. I would. But what I'm saying is that you don't have to give. This is what I would.
He's
I'd
on
give up
rookie
whatever they
contract.
ask for. But what I'm saying is that I think you could pull off Durant for Hayward, Rozier, Oubre, and 6 first-round picks.
Basically, the whole team and the future.
Right.
But
First of
probably
all, no. First of all, if I got Kevin Durant, I don't need Gordon Hayward, I don't need Terry Rozier, and I don't need Kelly Oubre. None of that is the future, Tom.
Isn't he 33 years old?
Yeah, and none of those guys are the future. So
Kevin Durant is 33 years old.
Tom, you don't want somebody to average 29 points a game?
Yeah, for the next
For
couple
next
years.
5 years.
Yeah, well,
5
he ain't
years.
gonna play 5. He ain't gonna play 5. He's got too many injuries, Terry. He ain't gonna play 5.
you get him and you
He'll
bring
play 3
Russell
at the most.
to Charlotte, and you got the old Oklahoma team,
He played 37 minutes a game this
and
year.
they won.
Yeah, but he's not going to hold up. I'm telling you, he's been hurt too many times, Kevin. Been hurt too many times. Telling you, he's going to catch up.
And plus, he would know that Russell would show up for every game, where Kyrie does not.
So here's the Hornet strategy would have to be, we would want to keep him. It would be, hey, because Kevin Durant's got to want to go there. So you can't say, I want to trade LaMelo for Durant, because he's not going to come here unless Kyrie's coming too. So that's the trade. If you want Kevin Durant and Kyrie, you have to give up LaMelo. But if you want just Durant, you can give up the rest of them. And how many? The 90 first-round picks, which I would give up again.
The whole team.
Why wouldn't you? If you're the Charlotte Hornets.
They're winners. You got winners coming.
Why wouldn't you if you're the Charlotte Hornets? Because, all right, Montrezl Harrell's not on the team next year. Miles Bridges is not on the team next year. P.J. Washington's not going to be on the team after this year. Nobody on that roster, Terry, in 2 years for the Charlotte Hornets will be on that except Melo. True or false? Who on that roster is still going to be there?
You're probably true. I mean, you know,
Oubre, and he's on a 1-year deal, so he's not even going to be. We're going to pay him $30 million. Come off the bench? No. So right now, looking at the Hornets roster, nobody's going to be there except LaMelo in 2 years. And if LeVar ain't happy, he might not even be there. So if you're the Hornets, Zach, offer him everything. Offer the Nets part ownership in the Hornets.
My question is, can Durant block any trade, or is it an open thing for them? Do you know?
I don't think he has.
Does anybody know?
Clause. He has. I'm not going to come play for you clause.
I guarantee you
but he's so old, though. I don't
wants
think he
to
would
go.
be willing to do that. You know,
It's got to be where he wants to go.
They would sit out. You know they would. He's not going. None of them, like the Terry just said.
Even on an MJ own team, you think he would? I mean,
if I'm not saying us in particular, I'm saying he would if he got sent to a team he didn't want to go to.
Yeah, you wonder how Michael would talk to him.
Well, Zach, he's on the team for how many years? Ain't nobody wanted to come here yet.
And you know, you got and Durant. I think Durant's got 4.
All right,
he just signed his contract.
So if you're going to Miami, they would have to trade Kyle Lowry if they would want him. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Heroes, they're saying is the trade and a bunch of picks.
They're talking about Bam.
Yeah,
Tyler Hero.
Bam.
Well, no, money wise, they don't have to do Bam. This contends on 2 things. You got to match up money, and then 3 things. Durant's got to want to go where he wants to go, and then the third thing has to be what? The Nets have to want that trade. So what if you're, if you're Miami, if you're Minnesota, you can offer all that for Durant, and they turn him down because the Clippers offered him Paul George, and the Nets would rather have Paul George than 4 first-round picks, maybe. So that's what we have to weigh too, is what the Nets would want. So Terry, you're sitting there looking at that. Money wise, you got to throw Lowry in to eat up a crap ton of money. Now, it would be Bam if you want it, or if you're the Nets, do you take Bam and Lowry back for Durant and some picks?
I would do that if I'd got both of them plus 2 first-round picks. Yeah. I would do that. Both of those plus 2 first round.
And I would
not
want
one. I would want 2.
And I would want those first-round picks later. So, because Miami's going to be good for the next couple of years if they get it.
Yeah, I know. I would
want them later.
Like in the next
27, 28, 26,
7
27.
or 8 years.
Well, let's look up.
That's what I would want.
So, the next team that we could go to, who else is it in rumor to?
You got.
You said Phoenix.
Phoenix is one.
We've kind of talked about that. What about the Pelicans? Have y'all heard that one coming around?
I've heard the Pelicans, but I've also heard Toronto.
I don't think Durant would go there.
No,
the Toronto
thing has been mentioned. Let's go there. So, if you're the Nets, what would you want back, Tom or Terry from Toronto?
Nothing.
Nobody.
Van Vliet's about the only.
Scotty Barnes
or Siakam, But man, look at that salary.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you got Siakam at $35 million, Van Vliet 21.
Van Vliet was undrafted too, man. That's amazing.
So you can throw people in like Gary Trent at 17 to eat up money. So guys that aren't good with high contracts like Gary Trent, that can always happen. So, Minnesota's out. LA.
Go to Boston.
You want to look at
Boston was one of the ones that was talked about.
But here's your problem right here. Who are you giving up? And I even said Horford and Smart. And what's my difference there?
Well, Theus already got traded, right? He got traded. Theus was traded in the
That's 45. That's close.
He was traded? Your boy? This?
So Marcus Smart and Al Horford. So Terry
we're good. He didn't even play at the end.
Terry's trying to give up the outer edges of his starting lineup to see if Brooklyn will bite on that.
They'd have to give some first rounders.
Yeah.
Probably like 5. I bet they'd have to get 5 to get that.
Come on.
I bet.
If I give you Smart and Horford, I don't think I got to give up 5.
Horford's old, and I don't want Marcus Smart.
How much is Horford making?
$26 million.
Yeah,
wow.
$26 million.
But basketball money's stupid, though.
I know.
It really is. Because I'm not trying. I want to keep
Shaq?
Williams, and he ain't but 11.
No, Shaq and Durant got in a back and forth this week on the money.
Said he was broke.
No.
Shaq said he was broke. Well, said he himself was broke. Is what he said.
No.
He
was talking about how the just talk about how the money's stupid, and they were talking about and then Durant went back at him and said everybody gets richer. You got richer off the previous generation. Blah blah blah. Jordan made $95 million in his career. Jalen Brunson just signed 4 years, signed him for 4 years, $100 million.
Oh yeah,
that's what Shaq's talking about. And that's
Beverly just signed for over $50 million a year.
And that's what we just
Beverly.
No, he didn't.
It is. It was like 5 years, $251 million.
Patrick Beverly.
Yes, back to the Wizards.
That's Bradley Beal.
Bill. Yeah, I got it all messed up. Bill.
Oh, I'm the idiot, though.
Yeah.
I'm the idiot.
What?
Oh, for not having my headphones on. Whatever. Oh, I'm the idiot. And you don't know the difference between Beal and Beverly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was talking about Beverly before.
That's fine. I'm
talking about Bill. $250 million a year for
$251 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money
for Bill.
But then Shaq was making the point of like, yes, the old heads get mad when y'all make this type of money, and then you talking about like what we talked about, like you got Cody Zeller making Shaq money, and you're expecting, but Cody Zeller's role on the team is to bang bodies and get so basically the Bill Lambiers of the world are getting Shaq money, and you're expecting Lambier to put his body at risk at $15 million now, and guess what? They're not going to do that.
Oh, I know. I agree.
Correct.
Right. All right. If you're a role player, your job was to jump on the court or bang bodies like it used to be. There are none of that in anymore because your body's worth too much. Why would I die for a loose ball if it could cost me $20 million?
Correct.
Diving for a loose ball and cost you $50,000. It might not be that much. Jordan could. The old guy, the rich guys used to cover you, or the owner used to cover you.
I'm just amazed because you talk about Bill and you're talking $50 million. That's more than Durant.
That's Scrubs. He's not a scrub, but I'm talking.
No, he's
Scrubs.
a good player.
I'm talking about Scrubs getting $15 million a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think Dellavedova for Cleveland was still making $8 or $9 million a year. I mean, it's the third.
I mean, y'all, I'm serious as a heart attack is. I'm sitting here. I would be in the NBA right now. Give me 5. I'd be happy.
You'd be like Chase Daniels on the
I sat on the end of the bench, and you put me in when we're up by 20 or down by 30.
During the Bulls' 6th championship run, the overall payroll. No, never mind. What is that? Oh, that's something.
Well, I know in 95, 96, Jordan was making like $3.9 million a year.
So in 1996, anybody guess how much Scottie Pippen was being paid on that team?
$2 million.
Zach's right. He obviously knew. Scottie Pippen,
and he was like the 6th highest paid player.
So nominally, that would be like, I mean, if you adjust for inflation, it's like $4 million.
They actually
a lot of gas, though.
It's a lot of gas. Tom, we can calculate how many gallons of gas it is.
I pulled up
because that's what you're
obsessed. I
there
pulled up the calculation for you there, so I knew you would be there. So there you go. If that makes you happier,
you don't have to go to no CBI building or whatever.
I did it for you, Tom.
I'm sorry, I'm the only one in this room that has an education. I apologize for that. Yeah, I do like the nominal versus real. This would be an excellent lesson for any social studies teacher to do nominal versus real, because the kids are interested in sports. You can show them nominally what they made in inflation-adjusted dollars.
So, for example, Pippen today, for Tom's sake, would be making $4.7 million. Let's go back to the Charlotte Hornets, Zach.
We probably don't have nobody making that little.
Yeah. Let's list everyone who makes more than Scottie Pippen. Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, Miles Plumlee, LaMelo Ball, P.J. Washington, James Bouknight, and Kai Jones. The whole roster. Well, 4.7 now. So for the Celtics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He would be 10th on the Celtics in roster, 11th on the Brooklyn Nets in roster money, according to Scottie Pippen. 1998.
At least Jordan was right where he needed to be on his.
Jordan is exactly as far as the
money scale. He's right exactly where he should have been.
What did you say? How much did you say Bradley Beal was getting?
He's getting a little over $50 million, but right there's
Jordan
right.
Would be 56.
Yeah. And that's where it should be, because he represents himself on the court as much as anything. But when you start talking about Beal at $50 million, every other player now, and I hate to say this,
they're going to be
Tatum up, all of them are going to want $50 million.
Oh yeah, and so that because you're looking at Bill, he probably ain't even top 10.
So
Devin Booker's going to want $50 million. It's just a compound thing.
Y'all better not say a word about China, because that's where your money's coming from.
Now here's where so Rodman, and people don't know, he didn't start in '98. And
Kukoc played.
That's one. There's a lot of fake memories about the '90s that people have and about these guys. Because when they say, well, Jordan had Dennis Rodman, he had Rodman when he was old as crap, and he got his rebound. He did his job.
He could still bring rebounds in though.
So Rodman didn't start. Kukoc started, and then Pippen only got $4.7 million a year, and he only got 12 points or 8 points in that 8 points in that Game 6 clinching game.
Was that the one that his back was bad though? Maybe one where he couldn't walk in.
No, that was not the one his back was bad. That was the one his Jordan was bad. Kukoc played well in that one. And then so we had this conversation the other day, and I know where Zach and I kind of agree. We'll get in that in just a minute.
Okay.
So any favorites, guys, or
for
thoughts
Durant,
as far as Durant? Best fit, where you think you should go, anything like that?
I think the Heat. I think the Heat's going to be very interesting because you got to think of something else too that comes into play. They don't pay the taxes in Florida like the others. That's got to come into it too. I mean, I would think
that in Texas would Durant and
Texas no income tax, Florida no income tax,
Tennessee there's nothing in Tennessee for them to go to. But
would Durant want? Would they want to go to play with Luka? And or
I would love that.
Or rumor has it Kyrie and Durant may be interested in going to the Spurs.
I don't know why you'd want to still be attached to Kyrie for any amount of imagination. It don't make sense to me.
Do y'all have a single spot where Kyrie could go without, let's say without Durant?
I don't see why anybody would want Kyrie.
Just send him to the Lakers and let him play with LeBron. He's the only one that wants to.
That shows you how desperate LeBron is for him wanting Kyrie.
Let's say this. Let's say Durant ends up in the West. Let's say he does end up in Phoenix.
What if he goes to Clippers?
Well, anywhere in the West is what I'm saying is that where do the Lakers rank then? Because you got to remember,
they didn't even make the playoffs this year.
Minnesota just added Rudy Gobert.
I mean, they're not even a playoff team.
Are they better than Minnesota?
No.
Are they better? They're not.
The Jazz is going to just free fall. We know that.
They were the
kick
five,
them
they
out.
were the 5 seed.
They're not going to make the playoffs next year.
Right.
Donovan Mitchell's going to be gone.
So you would expect the
Pelicans are going to go up.
You'd expect the Clippers to be back in the playoffs. But Terry, we were just asking, where would do you have any spot that Kyrie would fit?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that wants him.
That's what I just said. I just can't see why anybody would want him.
Besides the Lakers?
That would be the only ones.
The Lakers would love to split. The Lakers would love to give up Russell Westbrook.
They're trying to give up Russell, and they don't want a part of it. Which don't make a whole lot of sense to me. At least Russell comes to work.
That's the difference. That's what I was saying.
What's going to end up happening is Westbrook, Kyrie is going to be in a 3-team trade with the Hornets, and we're going to be the only one that don't. And we're going to end up with Russell Westbrook. Hayward will end up in.
I don't think you're
Brooklyn
ever.
And Kyrie to.
I go watch
LA.
it.
Well, here's the difference, and this is me. I don't think you're ever going to be ashamed when you get a player who can do a triple-double and be on your team, plus come to work every day, than somebody like Kyrie Irving or AD. I mean, I'm sorry. This is a guy who's going to come and perform for you every day. Is he not the best? No, he's not the best, but he's going to give you 100% of what he's got. He's not a great three-point shooter, but he can take over a game. So
we're seeing in the NBA the same thing we're seeing in the workforce world, where these people or these younger people feel like they're entitled and they only want to work when they want to work.
It's kind of like these two guys.
Shut up, Tom.
Tom included.
It's kind of like these two guys over here.
Tom.
So here's your
missed today.
Here's your 3-way trade, and this does not include obviously draft picks, but Brooklyn would get Hayward, Plumlee, Lakers, Kyrie, and the Hornets, Russell Westbrook, and that works money-wise. So would Brooklyn want to give up Kyrie and get Hayward, Plumlee, and some draft picks, basically for Kyrie, and then Hornets take Westbrook straight up, and Lakers take Kyrie straight up?
Basically, the Brooklyn's going to have a sheet on what people's offered and get the best for him. It's what they're going to have to do because he's not going to play for them.
Right. So this is what it would be. This is what I think something's going to happen if this is how you get, because the Brooklyn's not going to want Westbrook. So who's going to want him? And I honestly, 100%, I think the Hornets should try to get Westbrook because that $47 million 1 year.
Yeah, it comes
Can
off
Westbrook
the next year.
play with LaMelo?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Terry, it's 1 year.
I know that.
Selling hot dogs.
You're not listening to anything about that.
I'm listening to you.
Selling hot dogs.
You might as well buy him out.
Yeah, you could.
Okay? Because the only reason you would trade for him is because the Hornets, to operate, have to overpay somebody. They will have a $47 million hole in their spot next summer.
To pick up to pick
sign
a free
people,
agent.
overpay people. And somebody's going to do it to play with them. One of these young guys they might get 2 of these young idiots that do it. Kelly Oubre's with their funky hair.
Well, you could have had 2 this year, but we elected not to keep the one that we picked.
You talking about draft picks?
Yeah, draft picks.
Okay, that I don't know.
I've never understood that. But anyway, going on.
But that's an idea for that. All right, Phoenix, he go there. Any other trades, thoughts? Is any of these teams out west, Clippers, anybody else involved in any of this you guys wanted to mention or talk about? Miami, who are they going to get?
Philadelphia. I don't know if y'all see Embiid said
they're trying to get. They're trying to get
he
involved.
said you do whatever you can to get him, and we also know that James Harden dropped his salary.
Well, okay, no. Let me tell you what Harden did.
Restructured.
So the way the NBA salary works, so you can re-sign your own players for as much, right, as you want. So if Harden, and I figured this out you're going to laugh at me, I figured this out on the video game, but the way the weeks are, if you don't re-sign your player, and you can say you got 47, so let's say the Hornets, let's flash forward to next year, the Hornets have $47 million in cap space because of Russell, right? They can use that. You would you say LaMelo, you wait a week before you re-sign with us. And in that time, we can sign up to $47 million in players and then re-sign LaMelo for whatever we wanted to. But if you re-sign LaMelo first, he eats up that $47 million, and then you can't sign other players to go over the cap. So you can go over the cap re-signing your own, but you can't the others. So what Harden has done is basically said, I'm going to wait 4 or 5 days, see if y'all can make some deals, sign whoever you want, fit them under the cap, and then when I re-sign, you can sign me for whatever you want. So it's a money game. Now, the reason a lot of teams don't do this is because he's actually a free agent, and anyone can sign him right now. So teams don't like doing this, but this is the way. This is the way to give your team money, is to wait a few days to re-sign your stars, because then you can slide everybody in under that other money. So that's kind of what Harden's trying to do, to give them that space for that.
But you know, when somebody mentioned Philadelphia this past week, and I'm not going to mention a name because I can't remember who it was, but one of the top guys that they was talking about trading for come out and said, why would I want to go to Philadelphia? You're not a winner.
Wow. bet all the locals in Philadelphia didn't take too kindly to that.
Yeah, and I can't remember which player it was said that this past week.
The Hawks, I know we're still on Durant, but the Hawks got the guy from the Spurs, and I didn't know this. Me and Kevin looked up his stats. He almost averaged a triple-double this year.
DeJounte Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 23, 9, and 8.
So that's another place. Hawks are trying to get Durant. Trae Young and Durant are buddies, apparently, too, as well. Tom, any moves or anything you hear on Cleveland?
Cleveland might trade Okoro because they drafted the kid out of Kansas and think that they're pretty similar players. See, but Cleveland's problem is they have 11 guys under contract. So, I mean, it's just like they drafted 4 guys and you've got 11 guys under contract. So, something's got to.
What you have is a Kevin Love trade and LeVert. Dude, y'all have got $46 million in expiring contracts that y'all can trade.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to trade Love or LeVert. I think.
Are they going to just try to re-sign them for cheaper? Is that the goal? You got 2 things or 3 things. You can trade them. You can re-sign them for cheaper next year, or you're going to let them walk.
I think they're going to let him walk. I think they'll let him walk after this year. I think they'll do one more because his 6-man role, he really embraced that.
So if you're letting him walk, those 2 are $30, $47 million.
If you let them
take
LeVert and Love, they're done. Their contract expires after this year, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, there's
you're 7 over right now. That's $47 million. So you would be able to get under by 40 if you got. So the goal of letting them expire would be thinking you can sign someone.
See, I don't know.
Or you have to. If you don't think you can sign anyone to Cleveland, like Charlotte, like say that's my thing. What I'm saying, Tom, is that we can't sign anybody.
You got to open up
unless we have the books. So you got to have all that money to sign someone, or those expiring contracts you have to trade and do what you can.
I think. I don't know what the Sexton situation is. I think he's got one more year on the contract.
He's not listed available on the roster for trade. So,
and if they expire, if they expire, then you have the money to pay him and maybe go out and get another guy. It's rare to have 11 players under contract, isn't it, Terry?
It is.
That's a lot to have under contract. So
it says he signed a 4-year, $20 million contract
with Durant.
I want to say that Sexton has one more year, Kevin. I want to say he has one more year, but Sexton became more tradable once Garland emerged. Now that you had him, you didn't need Sexton as bad. And I always thought, why did you draft? They drafted him in successive drafts, which didn't make a whole lot of sense at the time. But now they've got a good problem. They've got a lot of talent there. But I don't know what they're going to do.
He's a restricted free agent.
Who is Sexton? Okay,
so you can match whatever.
Right. So they wouldn't be able.
You guys have given him a qualifying offer of $7 million. Is what
So what that? I guess what you're saying is they could trade one of those big contracts and then they have money to sign him. If they trade it for a pick,
to sign
or sign whoever they want.
No, you
open it up for $40 million.
Contracts to sign whoever you want. You re-sign your own players last, so you can go over that. It's the Larry Bird line, is what it's called, the Larry Bird rule. So you want to be able to sign your players last, so you make all the other moves, and then sign their piece of paper last, so it counts last. So you can go over the line. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
So it's weird. So if there's let's say the line's $100 million, and you're at $60 million in cap, and you want to sign Durant at $40 million. Well, you can sign Durant and go over 107, and you'd only have Durant. Or you could say, Durant don't sign for a week. I can sign $40 million worth of other people, get at 99, and then go, I can re-sign Durant. Now I've got $160 million.
Okay, I see.
See what I mean?
But would you let that happen?
That's what Philadelphia's trying to do.
Yeah, that's what Philly's trying to do, but they also got Embiid. They got some players that you can play around. I don't think a Cleveland, Durant would fit in good there.
No, he's not going to Cleveland.
I don't think Durant would fit in good. Well, he might fit in good in Atlanta. But when I start thinking of Durant, I think of a player who had Westbrook, Steph Curry, Irvin. I don't think Durant can go to any team that he's got to be the leader.
I don't know if it's that. I think his problem is, I tell you what, looking at the point guards, Terry, and we've talked about this a lot.
He's a good player.
No point guards have ever led their team to championships, but 3.
Yeah.
Right? So, who's been his point guards? One of those three that won the championship. And then the other ones are ball hog point guards.
Mhm.
We've talked about this. Every championship team, the point guards are all not ball hogs. And his issue, and it has been this part of today's game, where could he go? Name a distributing point guard. Who's the best assist man in the NBA? Paul, maybe. Is that the only person?
Yeah, but then you're talking about him going there, and it just be him, and of course Booker would be the guy that'd have to give up.
No. They don't have to give him up. Devin Booker is not being traded. That is 100%. He just re-signed. They're not retrading him. It's not even to talk about, Terry. So it's not even mentioned on that. If they're doing to him, I'll show you their trade.
If you're a Phoenix, could you not just trade a bunch of picks for him? Do like Minnesota did.
You still got to have a salary dump though,
right.
too.
You got
to match salary. You got to match the salaries, but you can do.
Yeah, but then they got to sit back and say, how long am I going to have Durant? 5 years.
Look, there's your.
So you got to do. You got to be in that scenario.
There's your salary match trade right there for the Phoenix. That's Phoenix's trade. Then you got to add in the whatever draft picks they send. So it'd be Bridges, Crowder, and Saric for Kevin Durant.
That's terrible.
Is Crowder making 40-some million?
He's making $10 million.
Okay, get ready to say I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, $10 million.
He don't have his ears on or his glasses, Terry.
Okay.
Mr. Magoo's
You just lost your ears again.
Mr. Magoo.
That's a new Twitter, a new thing to do next week. Tom's face on Mr. Magoo at the opening.
The other one. Have you noticed when Tom puts on his glasses, he has to take off his headphones? Yeah. He can't do two at the same time. Oh, never mind.
Can't hear through his eyes.
It's be next week. It'll be next week. The opening cartoon for Mr. Magoo and Tom's face will be on it.
Well, that would be Phoenix. Maybe Cameron Payne at $6 million or Cam Johnson, Shemet. But anyway, again, so you just got so many things.
They've said that Cam Johnson's pretty much in most of the trades with him. I don't know if there's a money thing with that.
Again, there's three things. Does Durant want to be there? Does the Nets like the trade, and does the money work? So you got to make three things happy in a trade, and it's hard to do that.
So if you're Phoenix, you'd have to throw in picks on top of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything's getting picks. So if Kevin Durant for 5 years, is that not worth 3 first-round picks?
It would be. Whoa, good God.
Rudy Gobert just got 4, Terry.
I know, but you're giving up these 3 guys plus 3
let's
first
be fair. Let's be fair about the first-round picks. First-round picks in the NBA aren't like first-round picks in the NFL.
No.
If you don't get top 3, you're usually getting scrubs.
Or
I wouldn't say
you get
that.
projects. It's nothing but projects.
You might pick a guy up, 12. He might be. He might turn out to be like
Williams.
Kawhi.
Yeah, Williams went 15th.
That's what I'm saying. You might get, one of these
and
guys.
He's not,
but
to me, an elite guy.
You look at.
It's all projects after the first. You don't know. They're too young.
Yeah, you look at the draft.
I wouldn't say after the first 3. I'm missing maybe after the first 10.
You look at the.
And you got to hit. You got to hit.
And you got to hit for the spot that you're looking for. Whether it's a point guard, whether it's a center.
Well, the Hornets really suck at playing the lottery because they don't hit.
No,
they pick
really
and you
messed
look.
Up this
people behind them are always better than whoever we pick. It's. I mean.
Yeah, we don't want the 13th guy. He's a center and a robust.
We're
going to take the 15th guy.
I picked that guy from
He's
Indiana that one time. Like,
makes no sense.
Crap, Noah Vonleh. Like, really? Throw that ball down.
What about Milwaukee? What if they offered him Middleton?
How much he make?
If you're Brooklyn, Terry, you take Middleton and some draft picks.
27. You still got some money to make up, though. You still got 20. How much Durant make? 47.
You'd have to
44.
take.
You still got.
It'd have to be another player.
You have to have
Middleton.
2 players.
Oh,
Middleton
it'd have to be. Well,
Middleton and Holiday.
No,
he didn't.
No,
it wouldn't.
No,
it wouldn't. Look at it.
Well, I know what you're looking at.
Is it because the Brooklyn Nets have cap room?
Middleton makes that much.
No, Middleton's good. He ain't a Durant.
Terry, Middleton and 4 first-round picks.
There you go, 3 or 4.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to get.
There you go.
If Rudy Gobert just screwed the Nets into the ground, they did with this trade.
Yeah, they did.
Because the Nets had a lot
agree.
of. They could get like 1 first-round pick second. Now they got to get 3 or 4. You can't sit there and not get that right.
Yeah, that's messed up. That is a messed up
The
trade.
Jazz and Timberwolves just did what the Browns did to the NFL.
The Jazz just went. I mean, I'm agree with Terry.
Right,
That's Herschel Walker stuff for him.
Yeah. That's what kind
Is
of
it
a
not?
trade that was.
They just gave 9 players.
Is it not? Like, for real? And they got a good. I mean,
For
Patrick
someone
Mahomes is
who
a
gets
good player.
15 points a game.
Jeez.
They just Cleveland Brown the rest of the NBA. I mean, you could add if you wanted to. Like, if they wanted to say and said, hey, we want Connaughton, George Hill, or Grayson Allen, too. We can throw Grayson Allen in there, too.
What about Curry?
Oh, why would you send it? Yo, you think they would want him back? What about Curry?
No.
No, the Brooklyn's
Seth
only going to
Curry.
give up. Brooklyn's
there you go. Seth Curry
Brooklyn's
could go.
only going to give up Durant because of the money.
Yeah, why would they give up Seth
They
Curry?
don't have to add anything in there to make the salaries.
Why would you want him? I'm sorry.
Because he can shoot?
He's okay. He's not no Stephon.
You know, the crazy thing is, like, Andre Drummond, he just went to the Bulls on like $3 million a year.
Mm-hmm. He's been kicked around.
The crazy thing, though, for me is how do you gauge somebody? Oh, Drummond's only worth $3 million, but I'm gonna pay $17 million to somebody that don't even ever play. It don't like it's like they just throw numbers and see if they stick. I mean, I would think Drummond in today's NBA money wise would be worth more than $3 million.
Well, how many
a year.
people would sit here and tell me Joe Harris is worth almost $19 million?
Exactly. Versus, Andre Drummond or
19
whoever
million.
else. Seth Curry's only making $9.
I know.
$9.
And he's just as
pretty
good an
good.
athlete
He's
as
pretty
Joe
good.
Harris. So there you
You
go.
got Ben Simmons that don't even go on the court, and he's making 36.
It's crazy.
Seth Curry's almost averaged twice as many points in his career than Draymond Green.
Awesome.
And how
He's
much
not
is
a leader
Draymond
now.
making?
He's not a leader.
How much is Draymond
I
making?
think Draymond's
Do you
like
really wanna know
27
that?
or 28,
Yeah,
ain't
you
he,
really
Kevin?
wanna know that?
I want to say I think he's 27 or 28.
This is the deal with Draymond. If he made $8 or $10 million a year, it wouldn't matter. But he makes $25 million a
Yeah,
year.
because
That's about
he's worth
24
every
million
dime.
too much.
He tells Curry where to go set up, Thompson
Yeah,
where
I'm
to
sure,
set
I'm
up.
sure he does.
You got Wiggins making 34.
I'm
Wiggins.
sure he does.
I mean, my God, dude. Get out there. I'll give it to you.
They made the comment about Bradley Beal saying that he's going to be irrelevant for the next 6 years again because he went for the money. Because the team can sign you for more than somebody else can.
Right.
Yeah, they can.
So
do you blame him, though?
No, I do not. That's a lot of money. I'm sitting there, I'm like,
do is what
do I want a championship or I want 14 more million a year?
That's what Kyrie was accepting for.
Yeah.
Because what they want to do is they want to sign with that team and then force a trade next year.
Yeah.
To where they want to go. So they get their money.
Yeah, right. And I don't blame them.
They look at it as they're getting paid $37 million from the NBA, and they don't care which franchise signs their check. The way the salary cap's structured, because when you're available for a max, you get the max.
Yes,
it's not like
we're going to evaluate you.
There's
right.
no evaluation process. Like, but think about that. If we went today, Jordan and them were playing today, and we said, "Well, Jordan gets the max, and so does LaMelo Ball." You know what I mean? Like that's what they do now.
I know. Some of these
Just because
guys
you're available for it, you get it.
Some of these guys getting the max. You're just
Chris Middleton's making $37 million.
Zach LaVine, he just got his supermax the other day. I mean, he's a good player, but he's not a supermax guy. I mean, come on,
man. If I was Milwaukee, I would call them, Terry.
How old is Middleton?
Of all the trades we've sent, how many people are better than Middleton? Have we sent anyone better than Middleton to any one of these teams? No. Unless Boston does Tatum.
That's the only way.
Is that the one you would want to get rid of?
No.
If you had to choose Tatum
if
and
I
Brown?
had to choose between Tatum and Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt. I've said that in here.
That's why I was making
I
sure.
don't know if I would give up Tatum
There's
for
no
Durant,
doubt.
though, because of the age difference. That's just me.
Because, I mean,
that's just me. I don't know if I would because of that age difference.
Well, there's a difference, but we still got Brown.
Yeah.
And to me, he's a. I mean, people
All right,
could say all they want, but he's a better player.
This year in the finals, would Boston have done better with Durant instead of Jason Tatum?
That is true.
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
Then.
Yes.
That's the
matter
only
of fact.
question
Tell you the truth, we'd have been NBA champions, right?
Yeah. I agree with that.
Can you believe it?
Did you just hear what he just said?
I would say that.
Did you just hear what he just said?
We
Terry
would.
Reinhardt just said
Because
we
of
would have been
the
champions
difference. No,
if we had
here's the
Durant.
difference.
because
when Tatum's shooting, 9 out of 25, 9 out of 26. Yeah, he got a lot of points, 26, 27 points a game, but Durant would have done it in lesser shots.
He would probably got like 30 free throws.
Well, let's see. Celtics, Warriors. Well, that was my point. That one show is that, yes, he's still going to get his 25, 27. And Jason Tatum, when he misses, doesn't get his 25, 27. He let's see, where's the stats?
Tatum played like poo-poo in the finals.
Yeah, he did not play good. Brown outdid him in every round that we is in.
Who, Brown? Jalen?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me pull up the let's see. Who are we talking about just now? Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum averaged 21, 7 and 7 in the finals in 40 minutes a game, Terry.
What was his field goal percentage? See it, 36. See how bad?
37% from the field. Look at his free throw percentage, y'all.
I don't see
66%.
That's bad. Yeah, I see it now.
That's not good.
No, he did not have a good final.
And where's Jaylen Brown? Yep, he is up top.
Well, what was it? 23 points a game. Jason Tatum there. So, so Terry, that would be your dilemma. No, Kyrie's going back, not coming back to Boston, though, is he?
We'll give him
that would be epic.
I don't think any of us want Kyrie back.
No, I just don't see why anybody would want him.
But there you are again. What is it? A dookie.
Yeah, I don't. There's something wrong with him, Terry. There is. All right. Any other trades, comments, concerns about the basketball guys? I know there was a lot to kind of get through and go over with all that.
You just have to wait and see where Donovan Mitchell goes because he is going.
It says, could the Nets trade? Ryan Windhurst says, could the Nets trade Durant and Kyrie and somehow get Donovan Mitchell in a 3-team trade there for that? Trying to see if there's any other. Basically, they've connected to every team. Is everything?
Oh, I'm sure everybody.
Tom, you're right. I haven't seen anything about Cleveland or the Charlotte Hornets in any of these.
Well, let me ask you one more thing, though. As we're talking about the NBA, why do we have it where players demand a trade? They've still got years left on their contract. So what are you going to do? Hold out? Not go play?
Because they're prima donnas. That's all. They're just prima donnas. They're all prima donnas.
It's guaranteed contracts. It's
I'm
guaranteed
contract.
I know.
I'm so tired of this.
They can do whatever they want. It's a guaranteed contract.
That would be like
Cleveland just gave Deshaun Watson.
Well, it'd be like you and Calvin signing us contracts for 5 years. Well, you know what? You don't want to hear about us coming back to you after we done 1 year saying, whoops, I need a bunch of more money. You're not going to want to hear that.
Not going to want to, no, but that's what they do. Durant against the Nets in the first round averaged 26. So that's the only gauge I got for this year. Jason Tatum averaged 21 in the finals, Terry. So there's 5 points, maybe extra game. 37% for Tatum. Durant shot 39%. So whatever that one shot every 100 shots, whatever, who cares? Or 2 shots. It's about the same. But the free throw percentage then, Terry, again, this is, and we talk about this all the time, and I just one of the things I did want to bring up, Zach, a minute ago. People discount this free throw thing so much. Mm-hmm. Okay, Shaq could probably be the all-time leading scorer if he shot free throws at a decent pace. If Shaq had done that, I think he would have a lot better argument as the best center of all time. But this past week is another thing. With all this stuff, I did see a question or comment, and the argument was, that they're trying to play Shaq in these all-time arguments. You can't talk to anyone without saying he's the most dominant, but they like to use that word. But what does that mean? Does it mean the best scorer? Because he wasn't. Does it mean the best rebounder? Because he wasn't. So what does it mean? The most dominant? Just because he's bigger than somebody? Is that all they mean? So him and LeBron get the most dominant awards? What does that mean? So one of the questions was someone had Hakeem Olajuwon ranked ahead of Shaq, and the big question was who should be ranked ahead of who? And so I've asked a couple people this week, and almost everybody says Shaq. And I'm like, why do we not have any memory? And they say because he was baby Shaq, it didn't count.
It counted.
But if you ask, did Shaq beat Michael in the playoffs? They say, well, yeah, Shaq swept Michael that same year. Yep. But that one counts.
Right.
Now, let's talk about Shaq. He didn't win a championship until what happened?
Not with Kobe.
But what's even more key than that, Tom? No more David Robinson.
Yeah.
No more Patrick Ewing. No more Akeem Olajuwon. No more Michael Jordan. No more Karl Malone. Karl Malone was on the team. Was on the team, and they couldn't win with him. Remember, him and Peyton went with him.
Which Barkley was in the West. Really.
Yeah, well, Barkley knocked him out in the West. That's what I'm saying. All these players could knock him out. They didn't win. He didn't win a championship until there was no good centers left in the league. Number one, Duncan was the last tall person that was good that played him. And then all of his championships included the best shooting guard in the NBA on his team. True or false?
Probably second best of all time.
The best in Wade. That's what I'm talking about. Wade at that time was the best shooting guard.
Second with Kobe and third with Wade. That's
so all his championships came without all the big centers in the league. He got swept by Akeem, and then he didn't win it without one of the best shooting guards. And then one of those shooting guards went and won with Paul Gasol too. He won 2 with Paul Gasol.
Yeah, you can say a whole lot about Kobe.
So, yes, Shaq's hard to guard and everything, but pull up his stats here. You know he never led the league in rebounding.
No, but he probably averaged about 12 for his career. Well,
10 or 11.
Well, he dropped off the map in the last couple of years, but he was like 13 for a while.
He averaged 10.9 in his career. The highest total average he ever had was his rookie year, 13.9. That's it.
That's pretty impressive for a rookie.
That's good.
Pretty impressive for a rookie.
That's impressive.
I'm not going to take nothing away from him. If he could just shot free throws, he would have been one of the top athletes ever.
But again,
it's just that when he got it, he was so much more physical than anybody he was playing against.
Well, that's nice and cute and everything.
Well, it is.
But again, Terry, this is what I'm getting at. So Tatum, shot 65% from the free throw line. Durant shot 89.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm with you.
So LeBron,
if you did foul him, he's going there to hit him.
LeBron shoots 70% from the free throw line. Jordan shot 90, right? So now what happened when Shaq got fouled? There was an actual strategy called what?
Yeah.
We can foul you because you suck so bad at shooting.
Yeah. Everybody had 3 centers for that reason.
Did anybody hack a Shaq Akeem Olajuwon?
No.
Did anybody hack a Shaq David Robinson, Patrick Ewing?
Or Kareem?
Yao Ming? Yeah. Did anybody? Yao shot 80%. Any of those? Did any of those get fouled like that? Only one person did because he couldn't shoot. And so,
well, that's when you go back and you talk about it. I mean, people, when you go back way back and you talk about Bill Russell against Wilt, Bill Russell was so much more, and Wilt was a big guy, but Bill Russell was so much more physical underneath the basket than Wilt ever was.
Kareem come up this week, and he said the hardest person he ever had to play against was Bill Russell. He said he was nasty.
So let's go over a couple things. Who else did Shaq lose to? So after he got swept by Akeem, the very next year he got swept in the playoffs. By who? Luke Longley.
Yeah, Luke Longley.
So you say Akeem couldn't handle him. Luke Longley swept him. Who beat Shaq in 2001, Terry? Ben Wallace. 6'9" Ben Wallace beat Shaq.
Yeah, but then also you have to set back. There's 5 guys out there.
He got beat.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, that team was. They had 5 stars instead of a superstar, so that Detroit team was.
Okay, who had the 2 best?
But I agree with
who
them.
had the 2 best players in the series?
Yeah, agreed.
The Lakers. Yeah. Where would Ben Wallace rank in the best of all the players in that series? 8th, 9th, 10th,
maybe.
So you're again. Shaq got swept by Luke Longley. Got swept by Akeem in the finals, got beat by 6'9". Whether or not the rest of the team is good or not, the starting center for the Detroit Pistons was 6'9", and he guarded Shaq. Rasheed did too, but Ben Wallace was responsible for that. So Shaq got beat by a 6'9" guy in Luke Longley. True? So to me,
to a point.
To me, yeah, and he can't shoot free throws. So how could you now I said all that. Tell me what Akeem Olajuwon could not do. Besides Bill Russell, Terry, who's the best defensive center ever? Is it not Akeem?
It would be. I would say he was one of the top notch.
Besides Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, is Akeem not the next or the top 2 scoring centers? Robinson probably is. Robinson and Shaq scored more than Akeem by like 2 or 3 points. But, again, does that being the best defensive player outweigh Shaq's free throws? I don't even think Akeem and Shaq should be in an argument. Again, we've had this conversation where no matter what center you take, Russell, Chamberlain, whatever, Kareem, I can take Akeem Olajuwon and go in that game and feel comfortable that I'm not going to get outplayed there. He might not win it.
He needs to outscore Shaq usually, but he'll have as many.
He swept
Shaq. I was talking about
Otis
scoring.
Thorpe as the second.
Otis
Thorpe was the second leading scorer
because I think Akeem's better too. He probably, I think it's a couple times Akeem averaged 13 rebounds a game. He had 3 and 4 blocks on average for the season.
But Terry, does Shaq go on the all like just? How do you, to me that like I would rather have Kareem, Chamberlain, Akeem than Shaq, as opposed to like I would rather have Jordan than LeBron. Like the bigger, stronger thing that makes no argument in
would
me
he be,
whatsoever.
Would he be in your top 10? Would Shaq be in your top 10?
All-time players or
no?
All-time players.
No. That was the argument they were having.
He would probably be in my top 15. I don't know about top 10.
I think I agree with that.
I'll stretch into 15.
I think I agree with that.
But because you've got people that you can't knock out of there.
No.
I mean, there's no way that I would put him in front of Bill Russell.
Well, that's a lot of questions. Is how does that work out with that? So, do you take a center's top 10 and then everybody else there?
No, I'd take total, all of NBA total.
Okay.
I would put Shaq in my top 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
I think I could. I wouldn't put him top 10. There's just too many other good players.
I couldn't have him. Whatever list is, I can't have him in front of Akeem Olajuwon. I know what I saw with my own eyes, and
it's hard for me to put players that I know maybe are better in front of Scottie Pippen on account of what Scottie Pippen meant to Michael Jordan.
See, I don't think Pippen should even be in the top 100.
Well, I'm just saying though, the stuff that he did to make Jordan even better.
Well, you think
because Michael was one
Pippen
of
like
those.
You see Draymond Green, I believe.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I just look at Michael Jordan as one of the players that would get out there and say, "Yes, give me the best offensive guy you got. That's who I want." Scottie was right there. If you can't take him, I will.
I think Scottie was important to that team.
Defensive-wise.
Yeah.
I was going to ask. I was saying Scottie was important to that team because of his defense and because of his ball handling, where he could bring the ball up the court.
Mm-hmm.
That's the two things.
He could take you to the hole 1-on-1.
We got to finish up that. We went way too far on that. A few minutes. I needed to get to y'all's opinions on this. I know it's going to shake out way more over the next month. College football realignment. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and then we'll 5 minutes on that, and we'll get out of here. JP, get us out of here real quick.
We'll be back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family owned and operated, proudly serving Shelby and the surrounding area with the finest in heating and cooling for your home or business. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, and right now they have an exclusive spring special on Carrier, Goodman, and Mitsubishi systems. Get exclusive Shelby Heated and Air discounts of up to $750. Yes, discounts on quality heating and cooling systems of up to $750. Online at ShelbyHeating.com. See their page at WhatsAppShopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Located at 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. Yes, septic tank problems just stink. Not only are the odors embarrassing, but ignoring the problem can ruin your yard and your plumbing. With over 40 years of experience, Dennis Willis Septic Tank Service in Cherryville knows how important it is for your home or business to have a septic tank service that responds quickly and effectively, preventing further damage and future repairs. Just call Dennis Willis Septic Tank Service, 704-435-2326, 704-435-2326, or visit the website at DennisWillisSeptic.com.
For over 60 years, Boyd Tire and Appliance has been serving the Clover and surrounding area with the finest quality of home appliances, televisions, lawn equipment and parts, tires, and more. They feature in-house financing with 90 days same as cash, and they service what they sell. Drop by their showroom at 110 North Main Street in Clover, open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. Call 803-222-3231 for Boyd Tire and Appliance and Boyd Lawn and Garden. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com.
Where does Tiny Tim live?
Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
In a tiny home, of course. And this area's top tiny home dealer is Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville. Don't tiptoe. Run on in for a great deal on a new tiny home. They've got the floor plan you've been looking for. Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes, 2268 Lincoln Highway 150 East in Cherryville. Online at blessedbuildings-tinyhomes.com. See their page at WhatsAppShopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Check out the new arrivals this week at Cars, Trucks, and Credit in Lincoln. This week, drive away in a 2002 Honda Accord for $199 down, or a 2012 Jeep Liberty for $1299 down, or how about a 2003 Honda Accord for $1299 down, and a 2010 Ford Fusion is $1499 down. Cars, Trucks, and Credit, 604 Clark Drive in Lincoln, online at ctcautosports.com, and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Red Hot Summer Saving Deals are waiting for you at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. Now get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on certified pre-owned Volkswagen Tiguans and Jettas. Also 0% financing for 36 months on the remaining 2021 Volkswagen Jettas. And walk in, mention this ad upon arrival, and take $1,500 off the new 2022 Volkswagen Cross Sports and Volkswagen Atlases at Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard. Online at ClassicVWGastonia.com.
It's time to come out and play at the newly renovated Lincoln Country Club. Since 1946, the Lincoln Country Club has been challenging golfers. Ask about special membership opportunities, enjoy the new swimming pool, and the restaurant just can't be beat. Practice your drive and know the driving range, too. For your tee time, call 704-735-1382 for the Lincoln Country Club. 2052 Country Club Road in Lincoln, and online at lincolncountryclub.net.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're yelling about something. I don't know exactly what. But, yeah. I don't think they realize that we're actually back. There we go. There you go.
I was trying to answer that question about Terry, and everyone else started talking.
Well, thank our sponsor, Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com, for your heating and air needs. Kevin.
If you were watching during the break, you
Good
saw
job,
us
Kevin.
laughing quite a bit. And the reason was that Terry thinks that the Ohio State football team, who trademarked the word "the," by the way, did you know that this week?
Yeah.
They trademarked the word "the," and then Terry thinks they're going to get beat so bad by USC, they're going to change their name to the Puppies.
Ohio State Puppies, Tom.
Does that make any sense?
It makes no sense, but it's this time of the show, it's just kind of deaf to it all.
Well, this
so
is the
matter.
first time
Well,
you've
that's
been
'cause you
alive
didn't have your
on this
headphones on,
show.
Tom.
Yeah, this is the first time you've been alive.
What do you mean?
First time he's heard us talking.
Yeah. I mean, either you having to take your glasses off and take your headphones off, or you put your headphones on and take your glasses off.
All right.
I can't figure out who you are.
We were supposed to talk about this like 10 minutes ago, but how about college realignment is reared its head again. The Big Ten adds UCLA and USC. Says the Pac-12 is eyeing expansion now. After that, we'll see how that works. Basically, I believe we'll end up in 2 32-team conferences. The SEC and SEC have to make a big decision. Are you going to be combined and rule the whole South, compete for the same people, or are y'all going to go your separate ways and join ACC is going to have to join this Big Ten conference. So that's really the choice. Or the ACC is going to have to rip up in half and split. So ACC is going to have to make a choice. Are you going with the Big Ten in those gang, or are you going to the South? Honestly, money-wise and stuff, it'd be probably better to go north and spread out across the country that way. I don't know about all these teams and just having the whole southern United States in one conference like that. I'm not sure. What do you think, Terry?
Well, the reason I was saying, because I heard like yesterday the Pac-12 and ACC was going to go together. How can that happen? I don't see any way that can happen.
Terry, we're going to have two. I think what in your head is you just saw USC go to the Big Ten. Why wouldn't
the rest of them go to the ACC?
Join the ACC. So you have to take the word Atlantic out of your head.
I know.
It doesn't work anymore. It's over.
I know
with.
that's done.
We're gonna have to rename the conference. If there's gonna be two super conferences anyway, you're gonna have a East and a West. So you're gonna have the ACC. So whatever the conference will be, it'll be the ACC will be the East, and then another one will be the West. You have 16 teams in the East, 16 teams. It's gonna end up like that somehow. North, South, East, West, some way, somehow. But I don't think. Well, my question was for you guys: should they join the SEC and the Alabamas and them, or should they go with the northern team so they do get that? Do you spread out across the country, or do you monopolize?
They're going to do whatever pays them the most money. The Big Ten,
I know that. I'm asking
Big
you
Ten
guys.
is
Big Ten is the money.
Well,
is the money.
There's
market.
so much money there when television rights. What is $100 million For each school?
And they just got the New York market with Rutgers, and now they're going to get the L.A. market with UCLA and USC.
And they that's guaranteed money.
Well, we have
guaranteed money.
So basically, what they've had with all these things is territories. And if you remember, and I hate to bring up professional wrestling, but they had territories back in the 80s, and they got rid of the territories because
joined it all into one.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
well,
that's what they done.
College football has always been the territories. But again, my question is, I won't get one of y'all to answer: should North Carolina and NC State and Duke go to the SEC or the Big Ten?
SEC makes more sense.
I mean, it legit, not logistically, geographically, it does.
Now, should they all go as a one big group, or should we just split up? Because Terry, again, I've been saying this for years. NC State, the best thing for them would be joining the SEC, and they would have North Carolina to themselves.
Well, after this year, because we're predicted to win the ACC this year, so let's stay like it is
cute,
for 1 year,
and then
we can do something.
And then
after
Feinbaum
that.
then said it was going to be depending on what Notre Dame ends up doing. Is they're going to be the big domino that where other teams that have ties with them decide they're going to go Big Ten wise, or the teams in the South, like the Florida teams, are they going to go back? Are they going to join the SEC like Florida State and Miami? So, or do they join again? Do you want 3 teams in the same conference in Florida, or do you want the whole state to yourself? Like again, if you're NC State, I'm telling you, and it's not just football, Terry. It's every sport.
Oh,
like
it
basketball.
is.
I wish you guys were good at basketball. I miss those days. So it would be to me, it would behoove you guys if you guys say, you know what, it's been real, but it'd be best for us to go there.
If we can pick up some good recruits, I mean, that's what it's about. That's why you move.
Well, if you're NC State with an SEC label, you're going to get better recruits.
You should be.
Should you
I agree.
Get
I mean,
the better North Carolina?
But now
recruits?
you sit here and you talk about it, but then when I think
you don't
about
who's going to be coaching
money
North Carolina in 5
wise, you
years.
talk about the Big Ten, and you're talking $100 million per team.
Yep.
SEC can't guarantee you $100 million.
The problem with the SEC, and then so also with Clemson, is the small markets. Like all the other ones, like you're saying, Tom, like L.A. and Chicago. So Alabama, you got Tuscaloosa versus New York. Rutgers will bring in some money just on TV rights, and Alabama wouldn't.
Tuscaloosa's a toilet.
Gainesville, Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say, Ole
Arkansas,
Miss.
Tennessee's in Knoxville. Like again, like.
I mean, they guarantee money, but not
the
$100
SEC
million.
isn't big school. They got Texas. Well, they got Texas A&M now. So got Fort Worth. Is that Fort Worth? Where are they at? Where's Texas A&M? A&M.
College Station.
College Station. Yes. Who's in Fort Worth? There's so many Texas schools.
Yeah, it's too many.
All right, that was basically my question. Where you thought I think it's I think it would, each school should do what as far as the ACC is concerned. I don't think they should go as a group. I think they should do what's best for each one. And whether they split those up or go whichever way, I think that college football would be better if both big conferences covered the United States, as opposed to all South versus all West.
Now without the basketball with Duke and Carolina and all the big coaching names pretty much gone, it wouldn't hurt us.
No,
it's not bad.
It's not. All right, guys. Any other comments, concerns, questions other than poor Travis Barker and his?
No.
Situation.
Thank you for the cards, Kevin. Kevin gave us some cool cards.
I'll have some cards to talk about every week. We're going to make some of them talk. We're going to play around with the stuff like that, and of course, Tom, we've got more stuff coming in the future. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. 92.9 FM. This weekend on KTCBroadcasting.com, we got NASCAR racing and Atlanta Braves baseball. American Legion again next week because Cleveland County and Cherryville got buys, folks. So we'll see you guys next week. KTCBroadcasting.com.